Taylor Watch. Welcome back to another episode of Taylor Watch. Happy Tuesday.
Hello and happy Tuesday.
Christ has died. Whenever
Christ is risen. Christ will come again.
Jumping ahead a little bit, all we have to do is touch on it for 1 second. Rest in peace, the Pope.
Rest in peace to
Rest
the Pope.
in peace, Pope Francis
Rest in
died.
peace.
Rest in peace. R.I.P. in pieces, but not really, because we like him.
We liked him.
People love Pope Francis. Rest in peace. Very sad. Very suspicious of J.D. Vance's visit the day before his death. But
Some people are saying he's the Grim Reaper.
Sounds like he could be. So that's a little something. We'll talk a little bit more about the Pope. We have a lot of things to get into today. Lots of Taylor news, kind of.
Yeah,
like
kind
of. Little things that are interesting. We, of course, have our Tortured Poets Department birthday celebration. Tortured Poets turned 1 this past Saturday. And so later in the episode, Gia and I are going to go through every single song and list our favorite lyrics, which is going to be lovely. And it got me thinking that I just wish that we could really go back in time to the first time we listened to it all.
I know.
And thinking about how we were sitting on the couch and having some drinks and having a good time.
I know.
You know who I wish that could have been there?
Who?
Pink Whitney.
So true.
Pink Whitney, pink lemonade flavored vodka, our number one bestie on the pod forever and always. We love them so much. We're so thankful for them. Update on the party. We just found out today. I just talked to Nick.
Oh.
They're waiting on, they need to, like, the person they usually talk to isn't there anymore. And so now they're waiting for a new person. They're going to hear from them this week. It's like a whole thing. But they were like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So we shall see.
Blah, blah, blah.
Keep your eyes peeled. Not sure on the timing and the dates and things, of course, got a little bit of a skerfuffle when it comes to planning the party. Who knows? But once it's set in stone, it will be set in stone. And we're excited to have Pink Whitney on board as always. And we love it so much.
Yes, we will have every single version of Pink Whitney humanly possible there. We'll have the big boys. We'll have the 20-shot buckets. We'll have the medium size. Everything from pre-gaming with your friends to your at-home bar. Pink Whitney has you covered. And also, they're just the best mixer alcohol with any single type of mixer, tonic or iced tea, Red Bull, whatever it is. So delicious. So make sure you are taking your shot with Pink Whitney.
Love, 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 love. So yes, we 1 year Tortured Poets. Wow, what a time. What a time.
I rewatched our entire album.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was wanting to do that, and then I was like, oh, am I going to be weird for like watching it over again? I thought it was going to make me emotional also.
It did.
So it
totally made me emotional.
I saw a lot of people in our comments saying that they love watching that video back, and that makes me feel good. Like, because that was such a fun, like, I think because we were drinking a little, we were like a little high. Like,
oh my God. By the end of it, we're like,
air.
We're literally like, what is going on? Like, that sounds good.
I bought all those cookies that like ended up not being that good. Yeah, that was just like
it was really fun.
A really fun night, a really cool thing. So yeah, we'll get into that. But we have a myriad of topics with a wide range, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And first things first. Well, actually, we'll save it for when we're talking more about the Tortured Poet lyrics. But in celebration for the first birthday, Taylor Nation was popping off, posting all weekend, a couple and raising suspicions all over the place. People are starting to clown. But they don't. But like, I don't know for what. Like, I don't know what's going on either. But it was all a buzz what Taylor Nation was posting. First, they posted a series of stills with lyrics written over them to be used as like phone backgrounds. Sometimes they do that. But people were saying that the lyrics chosen were suspicious.
Ooh.
I was like, I don't know about all that. And then also they posted a cake, happy birthday to TTPD, and it had 12 dollops on it. So now everybody's clowning for 12 again. So I don't know how I feel about that or if I even believe it.
Whenever Taylor Nation gets active, I feel like everybody starts freaking out. But usually I try to take everything they do with a grain of salt. Just because, like, I also feel like Taylor Nation feeds into the craziness too.
Absolutely. So. That's like their number one job.
Yeah, honestly, true.
They love to rile us up, keep the conversation going. So yeah, so take them with a grain of salt.
I kind of thought, so people were speculating, like, because they were like, like celebrate like with us up until like the day.
Yes.
So people thought that Taylor Nation was gonna drop like some fun things, but they just dropped new merch. It's with the added TTPD era with the little drawings. Did you see that merch?
Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, is it? So
you know how they do like the drawings of like each era?
Yeah.
So now they added the TTPD era.
Cute.
So they made like a sweatshirt, I think, and a shirt. I believe maybe 2 sweatshirts and a shirt.
I'm going to look right now.
But
oh fuck, I hate when Google.
Yeah, I know.
Google's like stay on Safari or go to whatever. It's like just bring me to my website. You know what I mean? All right.
Right.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, TTPD Era's beige hoodie, and yes, so
Cute.
right.
It was cute.
That is cute.
Kind of expecting. I don't know. Maybe I was expecting like new merch. I was definitely expecting like something of the capitalism to pop off. You know, like obviously.
Sure, like they would take advantage of it in a different way.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
Like
yeah,
I was
yeah.
expecting like I don't know, maybe some like fun tchotchkes or like little like things. I don't know.
Yeah, a little something.
But the merch is cute. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe I don't know. But people
that's
were like
really
hyping
it. You're
up
right.
like the one, like 1 week celebrate with us each day. So people thought that Taylor Nation was gonna like drop something new each day.
Right.
But that was not the case.
No, not the case at all. I do like this black T-shirt. The black T-shirt with all that. I might get my hands on that.
Yeah, it's cute.
That's cool. And it's got all the girls dressed up. All the girls. All of Tay dressed up, and then at the end she's got her like her big flowing dress on. Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's a countdown going on. Oh no, it just says TTPD Eras collection available for 20 more hours while supplies last. So who knows what's going on over there. But yeah, if you didn't get extra merch, you didn't get enough merch the first time, get yourself some from Taylor. But yes, I am surprised that there wasn't like a whenever they do countdowns and stuff, it's suspicious, you know? And I understand why people get riled up, and then when nothing happens, people are like, meow, and they get pissed off.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how they expect people to act, or like what they want people to act like, so it just is what it is.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take what you're given.
Take what you're given.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. I think that's cool. This weekend was week 2 of Coachella.
Yep.
We had a lot of people writing in last week because we had asked specifically, what's the vibe with Coachella? And everyone said weekend 2 was a lot more chill, and it does seem to be the case.
Got that vibe.
I barely saw anything of Coachella. Maybe it wasn't coming to me for some reason, but all that I did see was very relaxed. And I was like, that is way more my speed. Like, this looks like people are here for the music. This looks like cool shit.
Yeah, I didn't see any like influencer stuff or anything. I saw that Charlie XX brought out Addison Rae, and that was like kind of the only thing
I thought that was
saw.
also kind of random. Like, love Addison.
They have a song together, Von Dutch remix. I'm just living that life, Von Dutch Club.
Oh yeah,
classic,
I know that song, but I don't think
wow.
I can't. Yeah. How dare I call myself an Addison Rae fan? I didn't even know that song exists. Which, by the way, I am. Headphones on.
Yeah, I saw you were posting about it.
Song. Here's the thing about Addison Rae. I don't hate her at all, and I never have.
No,
but when she's acting weird and putting her pussy out, like I said, that is true. That all two things can be true. But she's like a sexy, like she's trying to hypersex it up in certain ways, but not really in like a way that you'd think.
Yeah, like, no, it's
very like fluid like body,
e-girl, sexy,
yes.
Yeah. No,
I can't find the way to describe it.
I'm liking Addison Rae's vibe. I feel like she's getting a lot of hate because people are like, oh, like this isn't authentic to her.
What? No, I think it definitely is.
I think it is. Like I think her vibe is like definitely different. But like, what do you expect? You expect her like her personality to be like, I'm a savage. Like she's not just a TikTok dancer. Right. Like she has a personality. We just like never saw it because she was just doing those dances. Like, dances.
But even then, like when she would do the videos that weren't dancing, when she was just being silly and stuff, she was like a little bit of a weirdo, and that's why I liked her. Like I was like, oh, she's cool and she's like kind of real, whatever. And now that she has the opportunity to do all this other shit, good for her. I'm happy for her. I loved. Did you see she talked to? I honestly don't know who was the person interviewing her, and I apologize to this person. Sorry to this man.
Sorry to that man.
But it might have been the guy, the Spotify, the Apple guy.
Zane Lowe?
Yes. It was him, I think.
Yeah, I like him.
And she was, who I like too, yeah. And he was asking her about the music video and all this shit, and she was talking about how they filmed it in Iceland, and that the whole time they were there, they were listening to Bjork, and she's like very inspired by, and I was like, honestly, good idea, like to listen to stuff like that, kind of get into that like electro pop genre. I mean, like that's a cool,
totally,
that's cool.
I feel like no one in the mainstream pop world is like diving into that like electronic like e-girl vibe, like kind of like Grimes almost.
Yes, exactly.
But like less alien.
Right. Like you're spot on. Yeah. And I think. Yeah, I think it's a good avenue for her.
Yeah,
she's just a little, she's a little out there, but in like a fun and creative way.
God forbid a girl is quirky.
God forbid. God forbid. We there's not enough quirky girls around.
I agree.
We're missing quirky. I feel like girls got shamed into to stop acting quirky, and now we've gone too far. Let's pull a couple of them out of the woodwork. You know,
let's be quirky again.
Be quirky again.
You know who I want to shout out on Coachella actually?
Oh,
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, how'd she do? Great.
I
love her.
Unbelievable. I watched both of her sets both weekend because I was like, this is like, you can't miss this type of performance. You should watch it.
I will. I have to go back and watch like Gaga, you know, everything I can find. She just
completely ate down, totally commanded the stage. Her ass needs to be studied in science,
is on another
because
world.
It is, the way that it moves is just, I was like, what? Mind blowing. No, literally, like
what about in those cheeks?
Like,
what's the deal with Megan? Does she have like a fake ass, or is that, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Is she like Nicki Minaj, where Nicki's pretty open about her big fake ass? But I don't think Megan does. Like, I really think she's just like very.
To
fit.
me, it looks natural. Like she just is a baddie beyond. Like
she's so fit. Like she works out. Like she's always doing squats. Like nobody's like I've never seen. She's so strong.
Yeah.
Like whenever I see videos of her working out, I'm like, I want to be strong like that.
Yeah.
Like I wish I was like her.
And she also can really balance like being like I guess like kind of giving masculine and feminine energy at the same time.
Well,
like
it's
sometimes
dominant.
she's
It's
very
like alpha energy.
I'm like, I need to boss myself up. Like I need to like get it going, whatever, like hype myself up. And then sometimes like she can get really real with her lyrics and like
she can be vulnerable.
Can be girly and sometimes too. Yeah. So I just really, my love for her went up like tenfold after watching her performance. I was so floored by how great she was. Yeah.
So you just really respect the shit out of Meg Thee Stallion.
So shout out to Meg Thee Stallion, Meg Chella, in my opinion.
I totally agree that I think that she's wonderful, and I will add her thing. I didn't watch any, like I've only seen clips. I've not watched any full performances, which I know that I have to go back and do.
Yeah.
Performances. A couple. Well, wait. Charlie XCX and Green Day. It's the beef is squashed.
Yeah, the beef is squashed.
Beef is over. But here's the only reason why I want to bring it up. One, Green Day, Billy Joe wore a brat hat during something, and then one of the other guys, Trey Cool. I can never remember the other two guys' names. He wore he made like a fake pen and pencil, like pen and paper sash that said Mr. Actual Headliner or something. Funny. Charlie quote tweeted it, said obsessed, whatever. But here's where it's funny is like, the first time around, we were talking shit about Charlie doing that. We were saying it was low-key disrespectful, like blah, blah, whatever. If it was supposed to be a joke, it fell flat. Like, we knew that the stands were going to come around and be like, it's a joke. And also, you know what's pissing me off? Twitter learned that day the word ironic, and they're all using it wrong.
Yeah,
like,
irony.
It's ironic. It's irony. No, that's not how.
That's not ironic.
Shut the fuck up. Like,
ironic
go to school.
is rain on your wedding day.
Exactly. Ironic is what you're doing right now. Like,
it's
just being like, you're coming through.
Wait, what is it? It's like you're already. It's a good advice
that you just can't take. And who would have thought it fit us? No, it's it's play it safe when you're afraid to fly. You packed your suitcase and kiss your kids. Waited your whole damn life to take that flight, and the plane crashed down. Well, isn't this nice? Yeah,
Isn't it ironic?
You can listen to the whole song and figure out what it means, but it's certainly not what the people are saying in the replies to the Charlie tweets. But regardless, that aside, people were being like, it's a joke. And then Trey puts out this fake thing that Charlie's quote tweeting, whatever, and now they're all replying like, this is a grown man doing this to a girl, by the way. Yeah. And I was like, again, I need to remind everyone, Charlie's in her mid-30s and she started it.
Yeah, she started it.
So if we're gonna joke around, if we're all joking, we gotta all joke.
Yeah, I guess we're all just poking fun at each other.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
I love poking fun. I love joking around. I'm glad Green Day didn't take it to heart.
Yeah.
I'm glad they were funny about it. Now the beef is squashed.
Yeah.
And now everybody can chill the fuck out. But again, stop acting like Charlie is like, you can never be like, this is a girl, by the way, or this is whatever. Like this, Charlie's whole thing is that she doesn't give a fuck about anybody or anything. So don't act like you need to like stick up for her against the Green Day guy. It's like, no, that's not the hill to die on.
Yeah.
It just seems, it's the Charlie stans, I think, is really Charlie herself. I don't have a problem with Charlie herself, even though I talk some shit. It's the fans, I think, that I'm starting to be, I'm fatigued.
Yeah.
By the start.
I've always really liked Charlie XCX. And
she's fine.
I could kind of tell, I guess, like, that the whole thing was a joke in the first place. I still thought it was like kind of like just like,
well, it was snarky.
It was
a snarky joke.
So I can't tell
that could be
like
taken either way, I think.
If Trey Cool wearing that sash, like, was that him kind of like clapping back?
100%.
Or was that him like trying to poke fun at her again? Like, I couldn't tell really the dynamic.
I think it was very much like, we're clapping back. We're not gonna we're gonna play this off like we don't give a fuck and we're better than you, we're
Yeah,
bigger than
yeah.
you, and that's what makes this funny. Like that
Yeah.
is funny to me because they're taking light of it or making light of it, even though just because that's all anybody talked about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I once I saw that picture of Trey Cool wearing the sash, I kind of knew that Charlie was gonna like respond to it
100%.
kind of being like, this is brat, or like
The
something
only
like that.
the only thing to do. It's
Yeah.
the only thing to do. If anybody knows anything about PR, it's like if she ignored it completely, that makes
Yeah.
her look like she meant it the first
Yeah,
time. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Now she could play off the whole thing as, oh, we're all having a laugh. It's like, all right. Right, sure. We're all
Yeah,
cracking
okay.
up.
We're all-
My ribs hurt. I'm laughing so
Oof,
hard.
I'm laughing. Yeah.
So anyway, thank God. Coachella's over. Who gives a fuck?
Mm.
But honorable mention to my love of my life, Ed Sheeran,
Yeah.
doing a little like pop up. Remember that you brought it up to me. I didn't even know that somebody dropped out. They brought
Yeah.
Ed in to go at some
It
other
was like
stage.
FK Twigs and somebody else dropped out.
Yes.
So Ed Sheeran took that 4 p.m. slot just for this weekend.
Just for this weekend. And so it wasn't a traditional like stage. It wasn't a traditional whatever. It was
No,
he did a pop up pub.
Oh, that was different though.
Oh.
That was later on in the day. He did a full set at the outdoor tent. I think
shit,
it
I
is
didn't see
Sahar
that.
tent or outdoor tent. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
All right, well, cool. It's cool that he did that.
And it was packed.
Of
And people were
course.
pissed. They were like, why is he at the 4 p.m. slot? Like, this is so disrespectful, whatever. People didn't realize that
They didn't know
was
he was a
filling in
last
for
minute.
somebody else.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that. So that aside, on top of that, he did this like pop up pub
Yes.
thing where it basically was a pop up of a pub, looked like a pub, and he brought in Alex Warren, he brought in Shabuzi. I didn't see who else. Like it was just like a kind of a rotating cast of characters, and Ed just like doing his songs, and it was like in this pub atmosphere, made to seem like that. And so it was kind of a smaller. It felt more intimate.
Interesting.
It felt very. I mean, the videos of it are so sick.
Yeah,
Like it looks like he walked into a pub in England and just started like playing a tune. You know what I mean? Like that's how it, I think, was intended to look. But I just love Ed, and I think he's so creative, and I think he's so interesting. He's so like humble and normal, and just wants to play his guitar and sing his music and love his fans, and then go home to his family. You know what I mean? Like he's just so I just love him.
I kind of like Alex Warren too. I like his voice.
I don't
It's very
really know
unique.
him. Yeah, I didn't know him very well until I saw him duetting with Ed, and I was like, "You're great.
Yeah.
Who are you?"
He got started on TikTok. He actually was known for doing like vlogs with the Hype House and like completely ripping off David Dobrik. Like he would like laugh the same way as David Dobrik and like do like very similar editing styles and stuff, like, and talk like him too. Is like kind of weird. But now I'm like, I'm liking this path that I like the career change that he decided to do, because this is definitely more for him. His voice is so unique.
And I didn't
deep.
know he sang this song, this Ordinary song, which I love, by the way.
The angels up in the clouds.
I 100% remember this
Yes,
kid.
and he's married to her name's Cover.
The other vlog. Wait, yes.
Yeah.
I had no idea this was the same people.
They both had like an insane glow up.
Yes.
And
wait,
now
they
he
got
sings.
married? He got married to Cover?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she looks great.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so funny.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I can't believe they lived in that. Right.
They were in the Hype House.
And
with,
they were like
Charlie
weird.
And Dixie
Like they
and,
were
Lil
like
Huddy. No, dude, he was known for like literally copying David Dobrik. Like he
when I saw this, I recognized him. I was like, oh yeah, I know this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And Cover, and they were like lived together but were dating in that house, and they were like in the same room, and it was just like a little.
They obviously post together all the time, but like they were like known as like the couple, like the TikTok couple.
I legit can't believe this is the same guy.
Yeah,
wow,
isn't that crazy?
And he looks great.
Yeah, he looks great.
He looks nothing like, but also he just looks older.
Yeah.
He's 24 now.
Yeah, I think they started in the Hype House like super young.
They did. They were the first.
Yeah.
Like, they were the first gen like, Hype House. And then Cover. Yeah, they got married last year.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, it was a whole
congrats.
thing because that girl Lila Gibney, you know,
Yeah,
she was on Bree's show.
Yes.
She like vlogged the whole wedding and posted it like day of, like before Alex and Cover posted anything. So like that was a huge thing too, like
Holy
that they were in the press for.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh no, I missed that. Damn though. Wow. Okay. Well, regardless, Alex Warren.
Shout out
I didn't
to
like
Alex
you.
Warren.
I didn't like you so much on TikTok. I love you as a singer.
I agree. Yeah,
I'm
totally
all in.
agree.
All in. And yeah, The Ordinary. That song goes hard.
Yeah.
Like I love that song.
Yeah,
so
I like it too.
Very into it. And that's about all I saw really from Coachella.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
And I'm happy about it, and I'm happy it's over.
Yeah.
So I guess now we can keep our eyes peeled for
Stagecoach.
You know, the
Bachelor.
the Lib Country Artist Festival. Didn't they say that?
The liberals. Yeah.
The country's for the liberals. Yeah. Hell yeah. No Morgan Wallen here.
Yeah.
He's probably like the headlining. No
Probably,
idea.
honestly.
Who knows? But yes, so we are mourning on this Monday that we're recording. For the Pope. Rest in peace to the Pope.
Rest in peace
real.
to the Pope. For real. I'm not religious at all. Never.
Me neither.
I mean, I went to Catholic school when I was young, but like
Same.
the Pope, this Pope, I always kept my eye on because he was like
Well,
more
you always
progressive.
keep an eye on the Pope.
You always keep your eye
if you
on
grew
the
up
Pope.
Catholic in any way, and it doesn't matter how much or as little time you spent, with the Catholic Church, you always keep your eye out for the Pope.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a thing.
Yeah.
But
Gotta keep an eye out for Selena. Gotta keep an eye for the Pope.
Gotta keep an eye out for the Pope. Gotta keep an eye out for
Rest
Francis.
in peace. It's actually sad and
Big
like
R.I.P.
we'll have to see how this all plays out. We were talking about this at our desk, but a lot of the candidates are like super fucking right wing, so
Very
it should be interesting. Like
conservative.
only two of them are like more liberal leaning. Like one Italian guy, I think, and one
The
Argentinian.
Filipino guy.
Filipino guy.
Yes, Filipino.
Sorry.
And then I think an Italian guy he was like a secretary or something.
Yeah,
I
like
forget.
something like that.
Honestly, I'm getting all this information from Kevin's video about the popes. Like Kevin Clancy he loves the Pope, he loves conclave, he loves like all the stuff around it. So every time there's a new Pope, he does like an extensive breakdown about it.
Interesting.
And so he broke down all the candidates and kind of said where they lie politically.
I've been losing so many followers on Twitter. It's awesome.
On Twitter,
but I've been
I have too. But
I've been following this.
Nice.
Chart.
Yeah. That's
There's like a chart. Cardinals
will you send me
likely
that
to become
chart? Because I want to see them all at
Yes.
once. Anyway, so it's for those who are invested and interested in it. Yeah, when we say like conservative versus liberal leaning, with the Catholic Church, the only things that you think about in those ways are, do you allow gays and do you allow divorce?
Yeah.
And also like the topic of abortion I think is still not discussed.
Yeah,
like, I
and
don't
also
think that comes up,
immigration is a huge one.
Yeah. Right.
Like a lot of these guys are like anti-immigration.
Also, though, like the Vatican holds only the power that you let it. I think it's one of those things where it's like the Vatican is on its own, and
They're
if
not
you're
making any
super religious,
rules.
it's like the Pope's not going to come through and be like, I hate the gays and I hate the
Yeah.
whatever, and
But-
it doesn't look great, and it
Yeah.
sets a precedent, but nothing
exactly.
will literally actually happen
Yeah.
except for that. You know what I mean? Which you don't want a
Gives
guy
a
like
lot of
that
people
leading
an
the people.
Yeah, it gives people an excuse to
To act like shit.
Yeah.
So we're just hoping for the best with the future Il Papa.
Yep.
And but I am, we both are big fans of the movie Conclave, and so we know that those cardinals
These
are out
popes
there.
have tea, okay?
They're right. They're
and
teeing
they're
it
about
up.
to freaking drag each other through the mud.
Yes, they
okay?
are.
So
Yes,
just
they
be
are.
prepared because behind closed doors, that drama is piping hot.
Absolutely piping hot. And if you haven't seen Conclave, now's the perfect time.
It's
It's just
perfect time.
It's
to
very
watch. You have to.
interesting. The process is very interesting.
Yeah.
If you're religious or not, the process is very
Yes.
interesting. Ray Fiennes, Lord Voldemort, is the main star.
Stanley Tucci's
John
in it.
Lithgow. It's
So
so worth watching.
stacked
Yeah,
cast.
really, really good. So rest in peace to Pope Francis.
Rest in peace, King.
Smoke's popping off for him. I'll say it. What couldn't happen a month ago when I was in Rome? I said it. I wanted to see smoke bad in Rome, but now I'm
he
like,
was like
what are you
up
gonna
and
do?
moving when you were in
I know
Rome.
he was like feeling
Yeah.
great.
Why couldn't JD Vance come a month ago?
That's the one funny thing that everybody's talking about. JD Vance literally visited the Pope on Easter, forced his hand. It was like, we got to get a meeting in, and then the Pope dies the next day. Suspicious. Bad vibes coming off JD Vance, but we all knew that.
always, yeah.
He's the worst fucking vibes. Did you see? I love when they compile all the videos of him fucking up at these meetings, like when he went to the
When he
basketball,
dropped
the NBA thing, and broke NCAA
Ohio
thing.
State, yeah.
And
He
dropped
the trophy.
Yeah, dropped the trophy. So embarrassing. He's
Dude,
just
a loser.
such an embarrassing
He's just a loser.
I fucking hate JD Vance. I might hate JD Vance more than I hate Trump because I feel like Trump is an asshole and everyone knows he's an asshole and he is what he is. JD Vance pretends like he's doing good.
And he pretends that he's like in on the joke.
Yes. And I'm
no,
like, you're a
we're
fucking
making fun
loser.
of
Like
you.
you're the biggest loser on
Yeah.
earth. Like
Yeah.
what are you talking?
Yeah.
He thinks he thinks that he's like
He thinks he's like cool.
I was in a fraternity and I was you know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
that kind
totally,
of bro
totally.
dude and he tries to chill with the boys. I just fucking hate him. He also just feels closer in age and so it's like I just know him. Regardless, whatever. Rest in peace to the Pope.
Rest in peace to the Pope.
And
we love you,
hoping
Pope.
for we love you, Pope Francis, and hoping for positivity in the future.
Yes, agreed.
Other drama. There was some drama afoot since we last spoke with you guys. It was quick turnaround drama. First, the Kentucky Derby is coming up. So there is a company within the Kentucky Derby. They do, charity giveaways and things like that. This is always a thing that happens at the Derby where, rich people are all in one place and they want to get them to spend money. So there was a raffle essentially full of things you could win, one of them being a Taylor Swift signed guitar.
Yep.
And somehow this company also put in that you would get 2 tickets to Taylor Swift's upcoming 2026 tour.
Yep.
And I don't know how they get away with even publishing that.
Yeah, I know. The Unbridled Eve Derby Gala.
Yes.
Issued an apology to Swifties for misinformation, which is
so they had to
funny.
So they had to issue an apology.
They
that
said,
people went fucking crazy online about this thing.
Like, 2026
being like,
tour,
what are you talking
no
about?
way.
What do they know? People are drawing back. They're like, well, Travis does own a horse called Swift Delivery, and maybe and May 2nd is the Derby, and maybe that's the announcement. And so people really started going nuts within like 6 hours, and then they had to issue an apology and be like, sorry.
Yeah, it said, our deepest apologies for getting the Swifties excited, but it should have said guitar signed by Taylor Swift and 2 tickets for a concert during her next tour. We will have no knowledge whatsoever of when that tour will occur, which kind of makes no sense.
Makes no sense
They're
for them to add it to the list.
For a tour that doesn't exist.
Right. Like, I don't know.
What if she never goes on tour again?
Something sketchy about this, and I can't tell where the sketchiness is coming from,
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to wait and see. Like
that's
kind of
crazy of them to just assume. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Gia, tell them. Tell the people.
And to assume that Taylor is going to go back on tour anytime soon is making an ass out of you and me.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
You're out of your mind. So you're on Mars.
I quote some girl tagged us and was like, "What is this? Oh my god!" And I quote tweeted it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like, what's happening here?
It was pretty quickly.
Something in my soul told me it was a mistake.
Totally.
I saw it and I went, nope, too soon.
I just honestly thought it was just like a money grab.
Right.
Like
which it could have also been. Yeah. Like, oh, we'll just give you whatever. But again, like, if there's what a weird empty promise to make. Like, seems too empty. Like, oh, in the future at some point there's some tour. Who knows what it is or how much the tickets will cost, but you'll get 2 from the Kentucky Derby. Like, that just doesn't seem plausible. You know what I mean? Or is it like, here's a voucher for $2,000 and you can use it to buy Taylor Swift tickets in the future? Like, how does that even work?
Yeah.
It doesn't. None of it makes sense. So
I
don't know who's doing
like,
what.
The Unbridled Eve Derby is gonna fight the Ticketmaster fight?
Right. Like, what's happening? Who's what? Like, it just, none of it really made sense at all. So, but yeah, they issued the apology. So nobody move. Everything's fine as far as we know. If you do want to move, you can get yourself down to the Nashville Museum of Music.
Yes.
Taylor's Fearless dress from the Eras Tour, the noodle dress, and her Fearless guitar are on display right now.
So cute.
So
we gotta get down there.
We gotta get
they
down
have
there.
so much stuff, but
they switch it out all the time, don't they? Like now that
I'm
they have
pretty
Fearless,
sure they keep it. Or did they switch out the Speak Now stuff?
I don't know. I
think
just
they
assumed,
added,
but maybe not.
I guess we'll have to see.
We're just gonna have to go to Nashville, I guess.
Yeah.
Whoops. Let's book a trip. Let's book a trip.
But I'm like pretty sure it's like an exhibit for like children.
It definitely is.
Like it's it's like a learning exhibit. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Where you like color and like
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
But
and also,
I would love,
they have all the friendship bracelets there. I know that.
Okay, that's cute.
Which is cool. On the wall.
I would love to see that guitar in real life with the 13 on it. It looked like so intricate.
The bedazzles.
Yeah.
The bedazzles done by the Swift family.
Oh,
that was the guitar that that her parents and brother did.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, which is really sweet. Love that.
Fearless dress featuring her Fearless dress. This says dresses, but I think it's just one.
It's
dress.
just one that I saw.
Louboutin heels and sequined guitar bedazzled by her parents and brother.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Cutie cute. So
I would love to see that.
If you if you got some free time and you're close, you got to get there. Which is really lovely. But
yes, if we have any Nashville listeners, go there and let us know if it's worth it.
Yeah.
For us to take a trip down.
Yes. Should we go out of our way to take a trip, or should we wait till the next time we're in Nashville? I feel like we kind of go to Nashville a lot. Like, I feel like I've been in Nashville more than.
I've only been to Nashville once.
Oh,
and
yeah?
I told myself I'd never go back again.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been there like more times than I ever thought I'd go to Nashville. Like, I feel like I'm kind of always there. I don't know why. It just kind of works out that way. But also, speaking of the Eras Tour and things that are happening or things that are coming out in the wake of the Eras Tour, whatever, we always do follow-ups if we see stuff that we've never seen before. But it seems as if at one point during the Eras Tour, Taylor met up with the teacher
Yep.
that was in charge of the group of students that were having the Taylor Swift listening party when
dance
that
party.
dance party when that monster came through and the terrorist attack upon those children. And so there are photos of Taylor with the teacher. She brought her to the concert, met her backstage, Leanne Lucas. And I guess Leanne also has a what's her thing? It's like a charity.
She is the founder of the Hope's Help Charity, a Southport-based organization supporting Alder Hey Hospital and the local community. Taylor took the time to talk with her and wore her friendship bracelet before the show, which is very sweet.
It's very sweet, very nice. So yeah, we love when we see stories like this coming out. But I just, oh man, a meeting like that, it reminds me too of like the meeting when Taylor brought the family of that girl who like died from heat exhaustion at the hospital after one of the like Brazil shows or Argentina show. Remember that?
It was Brazil.
And then like the family came. Like I feel like what do you do in those moments? You know what I mean? And I feel like Taylor does a good job of just offering anything and everything. Like, you want to come to my concert, you want to meet me, you want to talk, you want to do this, money, what? Like, how can I help?
Yeah.
And I feel like she just always does what she can do, and I appreciate that. And so I like seeing these things come out because it was a horrible time. It's made things scary. It's like people are so angry and gross in the world, and it's happy to see nice things come of it.
Yeah. It says so I guess Hope is the name of one of the girls. It says each year it says, "Hi everybody, my name is Hope and this is my charity that was established in 2020. Each year, along with my family and friends, we aim to raise as much money as possible for the local community to others at Christmas time and throughout the year. A lot of people are aware in July 2024, my life was rocked by an awful incident that took place along with my little sister and a lot of other children and adults in our community. So this year I've decided to use all funds, it's cut off, so I'm not sure if it says funds, use all funds that are raised to still helping the community, but also Alder Hayes Children's Hospital, who saved my life and helped my sister when we needed help the most."
Wow.
So good cause.
Good cause, good stuff. Aww.
Yeah. It's nice to see a little positivity come out of such a fucking disgustingly terrible situation.
Completely. And again, how do you even handle something like that after the fact? What do you even do? And so, it's just like Taylor to do all she can.
Yeah.
And just like, anybody of us, if you go check out that charity, check out that stuff if you feel like you want to get involved and you feel like you want to donate, and I'm sure there are ways you can. So, lovely. But let's see. After that, we also have something interesting has come across our desk, which is the fact that Barbie is now coming out with this total departure from what we were just talking about. Barbie has come out with a LeBron James Ken doll. And he is the first celebrity Ken-bassador in the history of Kens, which I actually think is so funny. I didn't realize they didn't make other male celebrities Kens.
No, I had no idea.
And maybe they have over time, but like I'm claiming I had a Danny Zuko Barbie at one point, but maybe not. Like
maybe you just had like a what is that, 60s or 70s?
No, it was like John Travolta, Danny Zuko. I thought I might be maybe it was a different.
Maybe you just got like a 60s era Ken. You know what I mean?
Maybe it wasn't Barbie. You know what I mean? Like, you know how they make there are Barbies that exist that aren't Barbie brand. So it could have just been whatever. But I had like a Sandy and Danny, I like remember. But they were, they were wearing their outfits, whatever. But so it could have been like a ripoff. Like like 60s couple, blah blah blah. But it's our 50s couple, whatever time period Grease is in. Which is so funny. I watched Grease this weekend, or caught the end of it.
Did you see all the videos though of like people getting the LeBron?
Oh no, I didn't. What are they doing to it? Oh no.
Everyone's like dressing. No, everyone's like going like full fucking out, like dressing up in like LeBron like jerseys and shorts, like LeBron game day outfit, like the full fucking fit.
That's so funny.
And then this guy in a full LeBron thing got a choir to like follow him, and they're like, "LeBron James is the best, like LeBron James saves our life." Like everyone's like going so hard for LeBron James.
I mean, that's hilarious. Yeah. Okay, so the reason we even heard about this, or at least I heard about it, this was my source, was New Heights.
Yeah,
Jason and Travis talking about the new Ambassador. And they're laughing about it, making some jokes about Barbies in general, but then Jason was like, okay, well, Travis, what about you? You should be the next one.
Totally.
And Travis goes, and this is just, it's like, he's being humble, and what else is he going to say? But it was dumb, because he goes, oh, I don't think anybody would care about a Travis Barbie. Are you out of your fucking mind? I would buy a Travis Barbie. Like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
Like
we would have one for like
it would sit right here.
Yeah,
like, it would sit right here, and then we'd find a Taylor. I'm sure there's a Taylor Barbie somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a crazy.
Oh my God,
I understand.
So many people would want the fucking Travis
So
Barbie.
many people. It'd be not only the collectible people,
Yeah.
but also the kids and girls who love like
Taylor
Barbies
and Travis,
and Taylor
yeah.
and Travis and whatever, and all the Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
All the. I mean, please, it would probably sell more than LeBron James, if I'm being
honestly,
honest.
probably.
So they should get Travis on the phone, and they should offer him any amount of money to make a Barbie out of him. That
Totally.
is, and I understand what's he gonna say. He's got to be humble about it and be like, oh, nobody'd want that.
Yeah,
but
imagine
boy,
he was like, no, like I would fucking kill as a Ken.
no, like
Bastard.
that's what I almost wish he did, because be fucking for real. Like
Yeah.
everyone would love that.
And I think
it would
also
go insane.
they're trying to like highlight like men who do like good in the world, because like LeBron has a school and all that stuff.
Yes.
So, and Travis has 87 and running. Like he does so much good for people. So he is a perfect
He would
candidate in my
certainly
opinion.
fit the mold when it
Yes.
comes to being a Ken ambassador.
Yes.
So who knows?
Who
that
would
to
you
me,
want?
that sounds like writing on the wall.
Timothy Chalamet,
Ken
Ambassador.
Love him as a Ken ambassador. Yeah, I
But
would
I'm
love
trying
it.
to think of like older people
I would love a
though, like
Timothy.
established
Yeah,
men,
we need
you know?
we need someone established. Like I wouldn't care about a Brad Pitt Barbie.
No, ew, I hate
I don't
Brad
even
Pitt.
think I'd care about like a Leo Barbie.
No, I don't like Leo either. I like Leo as an actor. I don't like him in personal life. I hate Brad Pitt, everything about him.
Yeah. Well, Brad Pitt's a monster.
He's an abuser.
Yeah. That people don't talk about that enough.
It's crazy.
I
But
know. Poor Angelina. But so
maybe like
I'm trying to think. Yeah, who's cool?
Pedro Pascal,
Pedro Pascal would be a
Chris
great.
Evans.
Chris Evans would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we just
Maybe
get like
like- or
action
ma-
figures of the
RDJ.
Avengers? RDJ. I would
Yeah.
buy an RDJ.
Barbie, no
Iron
doubt
Man,
in my mind.
Iron Man, Barbie, but like I want him to have the Iron Man suit, and then I also want him to have a nice like Henley with
Tony
his sleeves
Stark.
rolled up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
Like Tony Stark hot.
Yeah, I want hot Tony Stark and I want Iron
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
like
yeah.
I want them both. See, again, like people are, or maybe it's just Travis and Jason. They're living on Mars if they don't think people are trying to buy Barbies.
I
of
think
these
Travis
people.
is just trying to be humble.
He's just being silly.
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
being silly. So that's that.
They could sell like I feel like anything Travis Kelce sells out in a second.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But I also like the term Kembassador.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's
Ambassador.
very
It's
funny.
very Barbie movie.
Very Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we love, of course, on this podcast. We're
of
huge
course,
fans of
of
Barbie
course.
movies. Another story. I was home over the weekend, Gia, celebrating a little bit of Easter, celebrating a little bit of fun. And we had our Easter dinner in our dining room, of course. And I was able to have a front row seat to that cabinet that I had referenced that my mom has.
Correct.
Full of all the tchotchkes I've purchased for her over time. And I launched into a long conversation about our best friend, Steven Singer, and how they have the 24 karat gold dipped Blue Moon Rose on sale right now.
Yeah, and
I gotta get it for my mom.
I'm sure your mom was like, I need that for Mother's
She
Day.
went, what?
Yeah, she was like, and you
Similar to
haven't
me.
bought me that yet?
Yeah, exactly. She's very excited. She says, "Oh, okay. Well, are you spoiling what you're getting me for Mother's Day?" I said, "No. It's just something to think of." But
Your
yes,
eyes
that is what
peeled.
I'm getting you for
Yes,
Mother's Day.
exactly.
And everybody should be as well. I think that they're just so beautiful. Gia and I are lucky enough to have them on our desks. We are attracting the eye of everyone
Yes,
who walks by.
truly.
And the Blue Moon Rose edition is just a breath of fresh air in the Steven Singer 24 karat gold dipped rose family.
Yes, there's so many different colors, not just the Blue Moon Rose, but that is their new limited edition color for Mother's Day. So you're not gonna want to miss that, because once it's gone for
it's
good.
gone, it's gone.
And you can skip the flowers that die in a week, because Steven Singer Jewelers' signature gold dip roses are real roses dipped in real 24 karat gold and are guaranteed to last a lifetime. So you can give your mom or whoever it is something that they could look at for all year long. They don't have to worry about it dying in a day, dying in a week. She will always remember how loved she is. And you can picture a brilliantly bright blue rose with diamond-like sparkles. And you also get Steven's full-time lifetime guarantee, and it comes in an impressive gift box. And you can personalize your own Mother's Day note. So order now exclusively at IHateStevenSinger.com. Hurry, because these will not be restocked and supply is limited. Shipping is always complimentary. That means free. And nothing says I love you like a real authentic Steven Singer 24 karat gold dipped rose that lasts forever. You don't want to be the fool that misses out on this great deal for your mom. Think about your mother.
Think about your mother.
And only available from Steven Singer Jewelers in Philly or online at IHateStevenSinger.com.
After all that, we saw another slightly disturbing, but something that we should keep on our radars for future for health reasons.
Oh.
We saw a Taylor Swift fan. She discovered that she has a brain tumor, which is obviously awful, but it was discovered because she was in the car with her friend or somewhere with her friend, and Haunted by Taylor Swift came on, and she couldn't remember the lyrics.
Yeah.
And she said, what do you mean I can't remember the lyrics to Haunted? Something is wrong. Bring me to the hospital. Turns out she has a brain tumor. And so I said, that's me. If I can't sing Haunted, bring me to the hospital.
No, literally. Hannah Ireland Durando, she's 24 years old, woke up one morning having lost her zest for life.
Ugh.
She began having headaches and struggling with forgetfulness, unable to recall the lyrics to her favorite Taylor Swift songs. But doctors dismissed her after she collapsed. It's another fucking case of women being ignored in the health field.
Don't even
it's
get me
just
fucking
insane.
started. You're emotional. Oh, are you on your period? That's probably why.
No,
Hormones.
literally.
Fuck off.
After
Hate
she
doctors
collapsed
low-key
at
right
work,
now.
scans and tests showed that she had a tangle of vessels pressing on her brain.
Ugh.
She said she started forgetting the lyrics to her favorite Taylor Swift song, gaining weight, and experiencing a personality shift from outgoing to unfeeling. Was self-described as a party animal and extrovert who loved to hang out with friends. But one morning in February 2024, all of that changed. Crazy.
This kind of sounds like me.
Said nothing. He says, I know. I'm like,
should I go to the
but
I go to the hospital?
I could still sing.
Yeah.
You and I walk a fragile line.
I had known it all this time, but I never thought I'd live to see it break. Honestly, I'm forgetting right now.
Yeah,
should I go to the hospital?
Girl.
Can't trust anything.
But she said,
now.
I even
that could just
forgot
be
the
me
lyrics
smoking
to
weed,
my
though.
favorite Taylor Swift song, Haunted. Driving in the car to work, singing along, and then my head went blank when it came to the chorus. I just thought that perhaps this was normal as you grow up. That's crazy.
And that is really scary because I think that all the time. I'm always like, oh, I just forgot it because I haven't heard it in a while. Or, oh, I just forgot, whatever. You always gotta listen to yourself, listen to your body. If you think something is off, you're probably right.
She said, the doctors told me that women get headaches. And it is as normal as people get older. There were no answers to what I was going through, and they told me to keep an eye on it. All the doctor seemed to focus on was my gender. I felt like I was being ignored and not taken seriously. It's
horrible.
Just like
it's horrible.
How many times are women gonna have to share their stories of being like, I knew something was wrong with me. I was dismissed by so many doctors, and now I have this life-threatening fucking issue that I have to deal with.
And that wouldn't have been the case if someone listened to me, right? I said with Kate.
Yeah.
I know. I said don't make us bring up the story about Kate again. But like it is truly insane. And with all that wasted time and dismissal or whatever, it then minimizes your chances of being able to turn it around.
Exactly.
And literally same thing happened to Kate. Like Kate is finally starting to bounce back and feel good about herself, but she talks about her back all the time.
Yeah.
My back will never be the same. And it could have been if somebody had helped me sooner, you know?
It's so sad. Due to its location, she can't have surgery to correct it and lives with painful migraines and needs regular occupational therapy for her balance. I was told I have to live carefully from now on. I live in fear and uncertainty as I could have a stroke anytime, develop slurred speech, or forget most things. I hope no one has to experience what I've gone through and that it inspires more women to advocate for themselves. I just wish I had said something sooner and that I wasn't ignored. God, that is awful. I wish that
too. It's awful. 24 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, yeah. Well, again, here's a lesson. If you don't feel right, keep going.
Yes,
like if they tell you, they try to
dismiss
you and brush you off. It really is, and it's so glaringly different for men and women in the Met. Like if a man walks into a place and is like, my head hurts, they're like, okay, let's order every scan there is, and let's make sure you stay until we figure it out. And a girl comes in and it's like, oh, take Maxalt when you don't feel
PMSing?
good. Literally,
women get headaches. Like literally, fuck off.
It's so
obnoxious. So sad. I feel so bad for this girl. I mean, like.
I feel awful for her. Yeah,
just the fact that she had to advocate for herself for so much, and then found out she has a brain tumor of all things.
It's just
crazy.
It's crazy.
So,
it's
advocate
awful.
For yourself in the
yourself.
health field. Seriously.
And just listen to your body, listen to yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just thank God, I guess, that she. I sent it to Gia. I was like, if I ever, I said Haunted. I was like, if I forget the words to Haunted, bring me to the hospital. But really, it would be something like The Lakes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like stuff that's so ingrained in my brain.
I was about to say gun to your head. Like someone's like, I'm gonna kill you if you forget one word. What song would you pick?
I could do probably The Lakes. I'd be most confident.
Yeah,
because I just know that I know every word. But sometimes you get jumbled up after the first chorus.
I think I would pick like one of her like most mainstream songs, honestly.
Yeah, that's
like
so
I think
true.
I would do like Love Story.
Right, Love Story would be good.
You know?
One of the ones that's really, really in there.
Yeah, like one that I've just saying so
to
many
shit.
times.
Yeah.
Or like You Belong With Me or something. You know what I mean?
Right, like a longevity song where it's
Yeah.
like, but we've known it for 20 years.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that could be a good choice. Although
'Cause
I've
I think if
listened
I
to the
did
Lakes more than
Cowboy
any
Like
other
Me,
song.
I would mix up some of the verses or like
That's what I worry
some
about.
of the lines, you know? 'Cause
Especially
like
with pressure.
the Folklore Evermore songs are like way too like lyrically like
Mm-hmm.
they're not very like similar, you know what I mean? Like she changed, like especially with, like
Yes.
Exile and stuff, like she changes it.
Yes.
That's hard to remember like which changes or when.
So true. So true. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we never have to be put in that predicament.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, hopefully.
but it's just damn. Yeah, what a hard time.
Yeah,
so
we are thinking of you, Hannah.
Prayers up for this girl Hannah, and you know, thank God she trusts her gut. Thank
Yeah.
God she's listening to Taylor
At least
Swift.
she got some
and
answers.
Now she's now at least she knows how to move forward.
Yeah.
Wow. Something else we saw online that I felt interesting specifically was Gracie Abrams. Gracie Abrams is finally speaking out about Gracie's speaking out about her haters online, of which she has many, and no one's
So
really
many.
sure why. I still don't know why she gets so much hate. Like people really dislike her
People
online, and it's
shit
weird.
on her so much. It's
just
actually crazy.
It is, and there's really no basis for it. Like that's what I don't get. Like
I think people shit on her
they
because
think
she's
she's,
a
like,
nepo
annoying.
baby, and
but
people
but
don't like
so
her
many,
voice.
There's so many nepo babies. It's the voice thing, I think,
Yeah.
or that I could maybe understand more. It's like that's just not my style of music or voice or whatever. But I still am not so, you know what I mean? I can't see being so anti. Just don't listen to Gracie Abrams. Regardless, though, she finally said about it. She's like, yeah, I mean, I know people are talking shit about me on Twitter. Like at any moment, there's 15, 20 people having the same conversation on Twitter. And I just think that's boring.
Yeah.
And I was like, great answer.
Yeah, it is boring.
Great. It is boring.
As hell.
It's boring
She
as
said,
hell.
I can know that 10 people a day are having that conversation on Twitter. That's cool for them. I'm just going to mind my own business, really. I feel like anytime I've slipped into paying too much attention to that, I'm less present in my life. I'm less available for people I know and love. Mm-hmm. It's not good for me as a person. It's not good for the art I want to make. It's boring as hell. That is such a true point. Like when you're kind of like getting shit on online like that, you are so less present in life.
Yes.
Like
less present
in your
super,
job,
super
with your
closed
friends.
off. Yeah, creatively.
You're just always on your phone, like seeing like what the worst thing people are saying about you. When you're like literally out to dinner, like with your friends, like like enjoy your life. It's very hard to enjoy your life and like touch grass.
Right.
When you're getting like so much
when you're in the
hate.
middle of a shitstorm.
Yeah.
It also too, I mean, yeah, we've both experienced this at, so much, but it also too, and I've thought about it because people will say like, just don't look at it, just blah, 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 blah. It's like easier said than done. And I think that most times if I'm going to look, it's because I'm hoping that I'll see positivity. And then there will always be negativity and it's always going to be nonstop. But I think people do that with the hope of like waiting to see when the tides turn, because tides always turn on everyone, whether they hate your guts. They can hate your guts so much that they like want to run you out of town. People will still come around on you eventually. You know what I mean? Like that's just how the world works. That's how cycles work. Like, whether it's 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, like everyone's lifting up Taylor Swift, and when she gets too high, they bring her back down. Like it happens to everybody, But yeah, I think that creatively, especially, we're probably on the lowest level of that, in comparison to all these like major artists who are writing albums and things like that. But yeah, it makes you not want to do anything, makes you not want to put anything out, because then it's like, well, I put all this work into this and all this love and light and feeling, and now everyone's just going to shit on it. Why bother?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's that energy. So ignoring it but I love most that she called it boring, because that is what it is. It's boring. The online hate is boring. Twitter is boring. Like everything about it is. And I think that I'm finally also personally at a point where, hate comments still hurt, but I roll my eyes more than before it would really kind of hurt more. And at least I'm in that kind of phase right now, which is good.
If you're a celebrity, just don't go on Twitter.
Just don't go on Twitter. Twitter's
like,
not worth it.
There's just no reason for you to be on Twitter, unless I guess like if you like memes and stuff, but like just make a burner and block all the words with your name in it.
Right, literally, yes.
Because
do whatever
Twitter's
you gotta
just so fucking toxic. Like I can't imagine.
And again, you don't even know who these people are. Like they could be your peers, they could be old people, they could be kids, they could be bots. Like you never know like how the discussions stem. Did you see right now there's the thing going around, Alana, who used to work here.
Yeah.
Who we love. She made a video. She's
I
planning.
did see this.
She's planning a wedding.
Yeah.
And she made a video being like, if you're gonna have a wedding, you gotta have an open bar. It's crazy. Like if you have a wedding, you don't have an open bar, make people pay. They're coming all this way to celebrate you. You have to make sure that the party that you're throwing for yourself is also good for the people that are going out of their way to come and celebrate you. That was her whole video. the people on Twitter are like calling her an alcoholic.
Yeah,
they're like,
I
she's an
know.
alcoholic. If you can't go to one event without a drink, then
Like,
you
that's
got a
not what
problem.
she's
It's not the
saying.
fucking point.
Yeah.
Also, grow up. Like, what do you mean? Like, just
Again,
that whole thing
nuance is lacking.
it's non-existent.
It's non-existent.
It's non-existent. So you see shit like that, and you just get so pissed off because you're like, how do these people think so backwards? And half the time they're just trying to argue with people online. You know, like people just want to argue. And I don't have the energy or the patience. It makes me so mad when I see stupid conversations going on.
It's just
so dumb.
unfortunate that like someone as beautiful and talented and amazing as Gracie Abrams is like feeling the effects of hate online.
Has to be like, fuck the haters. I know.
It makes me feel more normal, I guess.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love when celebrities talk about how they like either ignore, avoid, call them boring, or read all the comments. Like I appreciate when they're transparent about it, because it's like, you know who does that all the time too is Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney's always like, she'll post when people call her ugly and stuff.
Back,
and I love that too, because I'm like, even Sydney Sweeney is like, oh, you look ugly and fat. It's like, really?
Yeah,
Sydney Sweeney? Get out of here.
That's how I know. Like these haters, like they're just miserable,
they just
lifeless losers.
Down. Yep. Mm-hmm. So Gracie, good for you. Happy for you.
Yep.
There are more haters around. There are snakes in the grass. I don't really know what to make of this, Gia.
I know.
So there have been some conversations happening online surrounding, you know, this always happens, unfortunately, when people, so say there's someone, I'll just explain the whole thing. Lorde is really good friends with Charlie XCX right now.
Yeah.
Because they had the song together. She's performing with her at whatever. People think like Charlie and Taylor have this big beef. They hate each other, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that there's that much. I'm sure they're not best friends. I don't think that they hate each other. I think they just don't think about each other. But Lorde and Taylor obviously are friends. So people want to get on Lorde being like, you're not really Taylor's friend because you're friends with Charlie and you're friends with people that shit on Taylor. So what's the deal? And then now there are pictures and stuff of Lorde out with one of her good friends, this guy Albert, and he, I guess, is known for like shitting on Taylor.
Yeah, he posted on his story, trying to find out if I'm happier about Beyonce winning Album of the Year or Taylor Swift losing.
Like, what is this all about? Who is this person?
He was bashing TTPD when it came out.
Who is this guy?
He posted, he said, people are too scared of the Swifties to admit that this album is mid as fuck. It never needed to be released and we would have been absolutely fine. Jesus, Albert.
Who is this dickhead?
Yeah,
like, I just don't know who he is. And apparently he's Lorde's like gay best friend. Like that's the only reason people talk about him now.
I mean, you would think like maybe he would be like, oh, he's a writer?
Albert, it's like
food
Enzo?
writer, Albert Cho. Food writer based in Auckland, New Zealand. Yikes. I mean, dude, like what? Who are you to say what album is needed and what's album
He's
not
a food
needed?
writer? It's like,
I guess so.
Food,
that's
bud.
what it says.
Regardless, but even if you're friends, like that's where I understand that, like, no, I don't think that we can blame Lorde for something like this.
No, definitely not.
But it is strange.
It is strange
that she would be friends with someone like that.
Yeah,
especially, or that anyone would be friends. Like, if I
could never be friends with someone
you're...
that posted a story publicly being like, I don't know who I'm happier for, this person winning or Gia's friend losing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'd be like, fuck you.
Exactly. Or just going out of their way to shit on one of my best friends and someone and career
like,
and collaborative partners. Like, I just
are
it's just
Lorde and
disrespectful.
Taylor like that close of friends anymore?
I think so. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure.
I know they were close friends, but like they haven't been seen together or posted together in so long.
No, I feel like they went out to dinner like this year, like last year. And also, Lorde was working with Jack. Isn't she working with Jack again? Or something? Like, I feel like they were within the last like 2 years they were hanging out.
Last reported together July 2019.
Really?
In New York City.
For some reason I thought I saw Lorde going to like her birthday party or something, like at a dinner. I don't know why I'm thinking that.
This was 2023. Lorde gives rare glimpse into friendship with kind Taylor Swift. Lorde recently shared an intimate text between her and longtime pal Taylor Swift, giving fans a rare look into their bond. Oh, it's when she texted her about melodrama. That like melodrama wasn't like popping off in the beginning, and she just said, like,
and she said the nice stuff. Like,
I don't think first week record sales singularly define a legacy. And Lorde posted this screenshot of an eloquently worded text message from Swift following the release of Melodrama. Oh, in 2017.
Oh, interesting. But why was that in the news again recently?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused.
I don't know why I thought that Lorde like showed up at her birthday party or showed up at like Chez Margot or something, like one of those dinners she had with like a bunch of random friends showing up. Like I don't know why I thought that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
So maybe she
Lorde.
posted it in 2023, but then shared the text on her Instagram story Friday in honor of the second album's 6th anniversary. Okay. So it was it was Melodrama's 6th anniversary, so she shared this screenshot from 2017, but she shared the screenshot in 2023. So,
Wait, I'm sorry. Reddit says, like, why do you think Taylor and Lorde stopped being friends? It says, Lorde lives in New Zealand and very actively dislikes the spotlight. She's compared hanging out with Taylor to hanging out with someone with severe allergies.
She did say that.
That's, like, kind of funny, but funny only if you're friends, you know?
Yeah,
where it's
right.
like, oh, you got to be. And I get that, so maybe that's why they don't really, hang out. But, okay, but then again, yeah, so
but
she recently shared that text.
That was 2023, though.
Right. Oh wow!
So
I feel like it just like popped up again like a couple weeks ago for some reason.
No.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not chilling that often. But for some reason,
seems like
if anybody knows what I'm talking about when I said that I thought she was at like a dinner or something, let us know because there's something. Because I also thought like, oh, they must not be friends anymore, especially when Brat came out. But then something immediately happened that made me think, oh, no, she's still friends with both. Like, but I can't remember what it was. So if someone else has more information on Taylor and Lorde's friendship, let us know. They're probably just friends like always.
Or maybe they're just friendships have ebbs and flows. Maybe they're just not as close as they used to be. It happens.
For sure.
Doesn't mean that there was like a huge fucking falling out.
No, definitely not. Still pretty fucking bizarre though that her best friend is like
so bizarre.
Fuck Taylor Swift.
No, that's like so
on the
bizarre.
regular.
And
you know what I mean?
The Torture Poets screenshot
really
of him
weird.
saying that about Torture Poets.
Really weird.
So weird.
So strange. And then yeah,
it never needed to be released, and we would have been absolutely fine. Like
so
what
embarrassing.
the fuck, Albert?
People
fuck
are
off.
so embarrassing when they get. I hate that tone of response when it's like, it actually never needed to be released, and we would have been fine. Like,
yeah,
you know how you know that like
you don't know that.
Hey, so actually, this is blah blah blah. Like, I feel like that tone or like the way that people put words together in that way is just so patronizing and so like. Ugh, I hate it. People get like that in the comments when they're if they're trying to talk shit. They're like, hey, so actually this is wrong, just thought you should know, or like so, hey, actually this is whatever, blah blah blah. Like I just feel like there's this specific tone of that I don't
weird,
like, and I think it's just
Show.
really makes it more rude than anything.
Yeah,
you know?
agreed.
Fuck him, whatever. So who knows what's going on? I'm sure Taylor and Lorde are completely fine. Well, wait, was Lorde in the Bad Blood music video? Did I make that up?
I think so. No, actually. No.
No, I don't think so. Now that I'm thinking more about it.
No, Jessica Alba.
I also don't think that's
Lily
something she would do because it's
Cindy
true.
Crawford,
She doesn't like the
Carolina,
spotlight.
Ellie Goulding, Gigi, Mariska, Martha Hunt, Carly, Kendrick, Ellen Pompeo, Soraya.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld.
No, I don't think she was in.
Haley Williams, Zendaya. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I guess we'll see. I don't fucking know. I just can't imagine. Also, too, I mean, what? Taylor's going to hang out with Lorde when she's up Charlie's ass right now?
Wait, are
Like,
we goated in the dozen?
What is this?
Leading scorers. You have 7.9 points per game, and I have 6 points per game.
Look at us. We're so smart.
Yeah.
Gia.
We're literally girl boss. Smart
Wait, this is
queens.
amazing. Wait,
Yeah.
am I above Kirk Minahan?
Yeah. You're the leading scorer. You're the number one scorer above Brandon, Dana, and Kenjack.
Well.
Women are smart. Funny how that
I'm just gonna have to quote tweet this right now and say interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Interesting stats.
Wow. I'm like thrilled. Above Brandon Walker. Let's go. Okay, cool. Someone who does seem to be a friend of Taylor's, or at least wants to be a friend of Taylor's, if they aren't that close already, Serena Williams.
Yes.
Serena Williams having nothing but nice things to say about Taylor. She was asked randomly about her, but she was telling a story about how at the Super Bowl, one of her main goals was to get an autograph from Taylor for her daughter. and then the Chiefs lost, and so it
Yeah.
was like a little too. It was like, hey, sorry about the loss. Can I get an autograph? So she didn't end up getting one, but still spoke very highly of her and said nice things, and then also talked shit on everybody who booed her.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate anybody willing to say
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Anybody it doesn't matter how far removed we are from that. If someone says like, yeah, it was fucking stupid that people booed her, I love it.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, let's not let everybody forget
that
how
was
they acted at the
stupid.
fucking
right.
at that game on that stage. It's
That's
like,
funny
enough.
though. Like I can't imagine like Serena Williams being like, I need to get Taylor
Can I
Swift's
get an autograph?
Yeah,
I know.
right.
Also, Serena, let's not forget that. So obviously, Serena is so famous on her own. But she's married to the guy who created Reddit. So it's like, I'm
Thanks
sure
a lot,
they
Serena.
can. Right. I forget his name. It begins with an E, maybe.
It's like
he. Regardless, they more money than anybody
Alexis
on earth.
Ohanian.
Alexis Ohanian, and all this money, all this crazy shit. Like you feel like they would be able to get an autograph from Taylor. Like they wouldn't have to. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't think that Serena would have to wait to like run into her at the Super Bowl to get an autograph.
Totally.
So that's kind of funny. I like that like element of the story.
Yes.
That even Serena Williams has to figure it out. There's that. Katy Perry. Katy Perry's doing surprise songs on her upcoming tour. Whoever I'm gonna look directly in the camera. Katy Perry, fire your PR team. Fire them. Get new people. Someone is sabotaging you. Like you are. From the minute that they told you to work with Dr. Luke, you have been sabotaged. Someone is trying to ruin your career.
Yeah.
Every move that's been made since then is directly, I'm about to ruin Katy Perry's career. The space thing, surprise songs, and I'm not saying surprise songs are only a Taylor Swift thing. I'm saying that in the wake of all this, people are hating on you so hard. This is just one more thing that they're gonna shit on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Every artist is doing surprise songs now.
Yeah.
But you got to package it in a different way. You got to wait until you're there to do it. So then at least, people are like, oh, she's singing old songs. Like there are a million different ways that could have been said and done, and not as like a distraction for the trip in space. Yeah. And now it just looks like she's ripping off Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Like you said, like surprise songs aren't a new thing. Like Taylor didn't invent that.
No.
But yeah, it's definitely the timing of being like, we're gonna do surprise songs is like, okay, well, yeah, people are gonna start pointing fingers a little bit. You know what I didn't know that I just learned about Katy Perry?
Oh.
And you probably already know this, but there's a law like in California about like elder abuse called the Perry Act.
Yep.
Because she like took advantage of this old veteran. She wanted this veteran's house in Montecito.
Yep.
And like he was like on painkillers or something and tried to say that he like wasn't in the right state of mind when he sold his house. So she sued him. And even before that, she was like trying to like buy something with like nuns.
Yeah, she's done this twice.
Yeah, and the nuns didn't want to sell it to her, so she sued the nuns. And in court, one of the nuns stood up and said, "Please stop, Katy Perry," and dropped dead. She literally dropped dead.
The way that part of Katy Perry's life has been buried. Until
she's
now,
an elder abuser.
She's the Jen Shaw of California. She's the Jen Shaw of California.
And now the Perry Act prevents people from taking advantage of people like over the age of 60. It's like, I think it's over the age of 60 or 70.
Yeah.
You now have like a 2-day grace period
when it
to
comes
back
to real
out
estate.
of any purchases or sales or whatever of real estate. Yeah, because sometimes elders aren't in the right state of mind.
I think it extends to like big assets. Like I think it's like
Probably.
more than just your house. Like if you're trying to sell a car, or you're trying to sell something of value.
I hope so.
You have that grace period. I honestly, I didn't read through the full act, but
I was like,
it is true. These things have happened now twice. And another thing about Katy Perry is that she was raised super religious, so she has like a chip on her shoulder against religion in a way.
So she's like, I'm going to kill these nuns.
Well, when the nun thing came out, everyone was like, this is her big revenge from like when she was a kid and blah, blah, blah. People also think Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey, but I don't know if you know those theories.
Well, I was just in shock by the fact that she now twice has taken advantage of old people.
It is actually not. And again, like, who is making these decisions? Who's doing the shit? Although I will say, people were saying that Orlando Bloom needs to catch that smoke too, and he does because they're married. And
that is true.
He's also doing that shit, so they both can catch smoke on that.
Which is crazy because
shit.
I feel like Orlando Bloom is like everyone loves him.
They used to love him. I think they love him less now. I think
he's kind of like not irrelevant, but he hasn't done anything.
No,
new, has he?
No, not in a really long time. But also, I think like being married to Katy Perry kind of brought his clout down. Like I think that them as a couple like wasn't so whatever. But I think those kind of things make me question, like, okay, well, what kind of person are you? And then she has making all these decisions, work with Dr. Luke, do this, do that. Just like, it's almost as if she's self-sabotaging. Like, that's how it appears. That's why I'm like, you got to fire everyone on your team. These people are not your friends.
But that's
like,
the thing,
these
though.
people
I
are
think
not for
she's
you.
too...
Do you think it's all her?
I don't know, but I also think she's too far gone. You know what I mean?
For
like,
sure, yeah.
even if she tried to do this whole rebrand, whatever, like, she has buried herself so deep that it's really hard to forget. Like, every celebrity definitely can have, like, a comeback, I think. And a lot of women, like, they get, like, this weird phenomenon of, like, you reach your peak and then all of a sudden everybody hates you. And then, like, a lot of times these women can, like, bounce
Happens
back.
all the time, yeah.
Have a resurgence. But I think with Katy Perry, like, she has just done so much whack shit.
Well, right.
That you're like, I don't care if she's going to sing Teenage Dream and One of the Boys at her new tour. She abuses elders.
Right.
Bragged in my face about fucking space and God knows what else she's done that's so annoying.
Yeah, who knows what else is on the list. But yeah, you're right. It's the ebbs and flows of fame and popularity when it comes to women. It's a lot harder to have that resurgence when people are hating you for legitimate things. You know what I mean? Like, people hate on Taylor Swift for no reason. So that's why she comes back and people like her and they hate her and they like her and they hate her because there's no real reason to hate her. But Katy Perry has given us too many reasons to dislike her at this point. And it's like, fuck, you know, what are you going to do? And again, we don't know this woman, obviously, but everything we've seen so far, it's just like, it's just so many bad decisions that are now all public knowledge, and it's hard to even care. Like, yeah, I don't care about Teenage Dream. I don't care about I Kissed a Girl. I don't care about, you know, I don't care about her vagina out feminist album written by Dr. Luke. Like, I'll never care about these things. And it's just, I don't know what help she could have. Unless it's like, take a break, stay out of the spotlight, come back extremely humble. Like, she has no humility to her anymore. Yeah. And people see through it and people don't care. And she never mentions these things. Like, if she wrote out a letter if she put like some big letter on being like, I'm at a loss. Everyone hates me. I've made choices in my life that, you know, are bad, and I want to just come back from it. I want to be a better person and whatever. I think people will be like, all right, Katy, we get it. You fell too deep into some bullshit and now you want to come out and, you know, maybe one day we'll turn it around. But she just doesn't even do that, you know? She doesn't care. So who knows? And that's Katy Perry. But she's got surprise songs on her Lifetimes tour or something. That's like literally the
Lifetimes
name of it.
tour.
The
That's
Lifetimes
like
tour,
what she's
which
been promoting.
Okay,
yeah.
so the Eras tour, but Lifetimes. Like, it's all very Taylor Swift's a blueprint as usual.
Yep, as usual.
Last on our list before we get into the Tortured Poets, our favorite lyrics, we have Madonna, who is someone I think I go in and out on Madonna. Sometimes I think Madonna is weird and says the wrong things, but she's also older, so I can't
really don't know enough about Madonna, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I know that she's kind of like went down this weird like path as she's gotten older. Like, she's kind of scary. Yes. Well, she's got too much plastic surgery, I think, on her face. It's made her scary. And also she loves shock value. That's like always been her thing. She's like Gaga before Gaga. I thought it was really funny how she like posted the other day like about her and Elton John like squashing the beef. And she was like, even though you are so much older than me, even though like, I listened to you in high school, like I was doing some deep diving. It was Elton that was taking so many unprovoked shots at Madonna. Yeah. That is Elton. Let's say Madonna's a bitch. So is Elton. Like that's not. He is not exempt from being a bitch. But right. But no. But Madonna's whole thing, you know, at the time was pop. I could most easily compare her to Lady Gaga, and I think people do often because there was a lot of shock stuff. You know, her what's the song? When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. Like a prayer. Like a prayer. Sorry. And so that video is like, you know, it's got Jesus in it, burning crosses, like all this crazy shit where you're like, oh my God. And at the time it was so controversial. And Madonna's like a crazy pop star and whatever. And so people have that lens of her being like, oh, she's kooky, she's crazy. And so over time it's been you know, she does the video with Britney Spears. They're making out. It's. I forgot she kissed fucking Drake at Coachella. Yes, kissing Drake. She's always doing stuff to like shock people. Like that's like part of her thing. Which is like assault. Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, for sure. But again, she's older, so she like does things like you forget like, that she's an old lady. She's kind of like she's like kind of like an old man. Grandma that like she wants to kiss you on the lips. Literally, yes. Yeah. And that's her. And so you have to remember that she's in her 60s and that's her life. But we still have
respect for Madonna.
Yeah.
Even though she does some things that are a little
She's very
questionable.
much the blueprint
She's
for
the
the
blueprint.
pop girls for sure.
Definitely. But she said something I thought was great this past weekend or over the end of last week, where people were asking her, like, what do you think about pop artists like stealing your whole vibe, like stealing your whole shtick? And she, which I actually love and seems a little out of character for her, to be honest, said that she doesn't care. And then she said, God forbid a woman takes inspiration.
No,
so
literally,
she's like
God forbid.
positive about that, which I love. And to be honest, Gaga's like that, Taylor's like that, all the people who are, Beyonce's like that, all the people who are secure in their careers and their talents are fine with people being inspired by their work and you know, whatever. And they don't have this like chip on their shoulder. And I love that Madonna has that mindset. And I think even though she's older and even though she's, are people barking outside?
It sounded like a dog.
Is
like
it a real
losing its
dog?
mind. I don't know.
Interesting. Regardless, I think that her having that mindset is great.
Yeah,
and I think
agree.
that is a super positive thing. That's
I do feel
girls,
like that's maybe,
women supporting women, girls supporting girls. Like, we love that.
I feel like maybe that's like a later on type of mindset that Madonna adapted.
Right. Like,
I feel like
I was
used to be
surprised.
shady.
For sure she was. And I was very surprised by this. That's why when I saw it, I went, oh, wow, we got to bring this up.
Yeah.
Because credit where credit is due for even saying it.
A lot of people accuse everyone of copying each other. And like, God forbid a woman takes inspiration.
God forbid she takes inspiration. So all right, that's pretty much all we have on deck as far as topics and things we wanted to talk about. Shall we get into our Tortured Poets extravaganza?
Let's get into it. Woo! I'm so excited.
Woo woo.
So to start this off, I just wanted to talk about this People article that came out on Saturday about Tortured Poets. The headline says, a year after the Tortured Poets department, it's clear everyone judged Taylor Swift's most important album too soon. And just basically the article, it says like on April 19, 2024, Taylor Mania reached its fever pitch when the singer-songwriter dropped her 5th original album in 5 years. Tortured Poets department, along with its accompanying anthology, sprawling 31 exploration of Swift's romantic trials and tribulations. And just said like, just basically talking about like, oh yeah, the only way to break through the noise of knee-jerk reactions is to spend time with the songs. After 1 year of the Tortured Poets department, it's clear that the album will be looked back upon as a valuable time capsule of a star at an unprecedented level of fame. Not simply because the LP bears Swift's name, but because the songwriting pulls the curtains back on her most intrusive thoughts.
Love that line.
And I think that's so true. Like, it was such, and we talk about this ad nauseum all the time, but like, it was such a big album with so much emotions on every single song that it's very easy to just be like, this is like too much, too much going on. I can't even bother.
It was something that you had to take time to emotionally process to really appreciate it. And I'm like literally drooling, like what's happening right now. And I love that. I love that people wrote that article. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more like it. I think I already did. I was seeing headlines being like, TTPD, we have never loved it more. Like, we really needed the time and the space to process and whatever, similar energies, because I do think that it was a lot of information at once. TTPD was never about the numbers, never about whatever. That was all about her expressing her feelings and putting out music for her fans. And I think that she can do that and also break records. And I just like love that about the album. And I think we said that probably like when it came out, I think we said that same thing. But it's such a it's such a dense album. Again, emotionally, lyrically, you know, in every way. And I think that it I'm just happy to know that people appreciate it still.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
And more than they even did at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, it's just nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I mean, it makes sense, like, that everyone now is kind of coming around on this album.
Of course.
And I mean, like, I don't really have much, like, to stand on. I was like, I didn't really like Midnights when it first came out.
Yeah.
And it took a little while.
Yeah, but you didn't like Midnights for like a day. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
you barely, it
literally.
It really was not long amount of
time.
Like,
it was like 2 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Right.
But, like, not even, because, like, as I was listening to more and more, I was like, wait, I actually like this.
Yeah, of course.
But, I think this album is one of her most, like like I'm just gonna bare my
Prolific.
soul.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
prolific, just like completely putting it out there for herself almost. And like the manuscript, you know, like the story isn't hers, so she's just gonna like close this chapter.
Totally, it's very vulnerable.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe why people didn't get it at the beginning, because it very much seems like it was an album for her and also like kind of for us, also to kind of see through her eyes what she was going through this entire time, but also to kind of tell us to back off a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which I also appreciate that too. And in going through, like combing through lyrics and trying to pick our favorites, it's funny how many of the songs, like I know that all anybody cared about right at the beginning was like what songs are about who, you know, like that was like a focus for a while. But then I do feel like there's that common theme in every song that is this feeling of just like being watched or people giving their opinions on your life and your feelings, whether they're, you know, wanted or not. Something I also noticed that I should have went back and counted each song that had this in there, but a lot of the songs, I would go as far as to say a majority, mention something like heaven and hell.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
There's
crazy.
a lot of
I don't think
religious-
a lot of religious
Yeah.
undertones, a lot of religious comparisons.
Yeah.
And I think that in itself is like her own issue with, you know, grappling with religion or
Yeah.
grappling with the idea that there is something beyond this earth
Yeah.
and kind of feeling like that's the only way to describe how
That
I feel
that's
is
kind of the only way I
otherworldly.
can understand like what's
Yes.
happening to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And whether she's actually very religious or not, it doesn't really matter, because the metaphors that are used make sense into what she's saying. And so yeah, it's definitely it's a heavy album.
Yeah.
It's a very heavy album, and I think that it just gets better over time.
Yeah.
But okay, shall we start going down the list?
Let's get into
it's gonna be
it.
long.
I know, I'm so excited.
I'm really excited too.
I was talking about this with Kelly earlier, but I was listening to it on the train
Yeah.
to Joe's house on Long Island, and then on the way back, and
Mm-hmm.
I literally missed my stop on the way there because I was like so intently like on volume on 10 listening,
Just, like,
to
super
every
focused.
word.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was just like, this album is literally the best album of all time.
It's
like,
so
it is
good.
truly the best album. Like, I can't think of another album. I mean, obviously, I'm so biased. I know that.
For sure.
And like, there's so many other albums that are like super emotionally dense like this, but like, in modern times, should I say, this is
Yes.
just a groundbreaking, never been done before type of album, or haven't been done in the last 15, 20 years.
Yes.
And it just really, without, and I feel like it had such a cultural impact and like emotional impact without people even realizing how monumental of an album it is. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like,
right.
when I posted, I posted like a screenshot of like all the records that it broke, like when
Yeah.
it initially dropped. It says the album made history from the moment it dropped, becoming the first to surpass 314 million Spotify streams in a single day.
Yep.
Setting the biggest album debut of all time on both Spotify and Apple. It earned over 1.1 billion global streams in its first week, broke historic streaming records, sold 2.61 million units in the US, and became the first album to ever occupy the entire top 14 spots on the Billboard 100.
The top 14 spots thing is the craziest part of that whole thing. Like,
Crazy!
it's just, and I remember that day. I remember all that happening, and I remember people still trying to shit on it, being
Yeah.
like, this album, like, who cares about Taylor Swift? It's like, everybody cares.
Yeah,
Everyone
everybody.
cares. Whether you like it or not, everyone cares.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. So very, very happy to dive back into it whenever
Yeah.
we get a chance. Shall we just start at the top? Go
Let's
right down the list?
start at the top.
That's how I have mine
And for
listed
a
out.
fortnight
There we were forever. Oh, surprise. It's actually just going to be us singing every
It's
song.
gonna be a lot of singing.
It's going to be a lot of singing, yes. Heads up, a lot of singing coming forward. Very
But-
excited. Ahem.
Fortnite was a song that I didn't really like in the beginning, grew on me, and when I was listening to the train, the ending is so good.
The ending is
It's
just
so,
started
like,
calling ya, but you won't pick up. Another fortnight lost in America. Moved to Florida.
To be
Buy the
honest, like,
car you want.
Buddy,
So
I
so
have
good.
no idea like what she's talking about in this song.
In Fortnite?
Yeah, but like
I think
I'm
it's just
vibing.
heavy metaphors. Yeah, like
Yeah.
just metaphors out the ass. Chia, are you noticing something about my hair today?
It's looking shiny and sleek.
And especially frizz-free. You know that's why? You know why that is, actually? It's because I brought my Blissy pillowcase with me when I visited my parents for Easter.
And you're a genius.
And I'm a genius, and I had great hair coming out of that. Thank you so much to Blissy, another bestie on the pod, who did, in fact, send us a couple of pillowcases, so we're able to travel with them. It's these silk pillowcases that will change your life.
Really change your life. And my hair is like completely...
Your hair's looking great today, actually. Really good hair.
Thank you.
today.
And guess what? There's nothing in it. I didn't
Really?
have
It's
nothing.
also looking long and luscious.
Naturally dried.
Beautiful.
And no frizz. It's shiny. It feels soft because of Blissy. Seriously, every time I use my Blissy pillowcase, not only does my skin feel like less oily and like gross and clogged, but my hair feels very sleek, very shiny. And if you're an adult experiencing acne and feel like you've tried everything, your pillowcase could be causing it. I feel like pillowcases, they just get so gross and grimy.
It really is. And people, it's like, yes, you wash your sheets however often you wash your sheets. Your pillowcases you should wash more often than that.
Yeah.
Like even if you wash your sheets once a week, it's like you wash your pillowcases every 3 days.
You're
like,
sweating, it's gross, and it absorbs all that stuff. So Blissy really helps prevent breakouts and blemishes. It helps eliminate frizz, and it's better than satin. So it's really naturally cooling and breathable, which is really nice, especially with the summer coming up. Yes. So like overall, your sleep will just improve, and your skin and your hair will thank you.
Yes, they will. Shout out to Blissy. We love you.
So because you're a listener, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/TaylorWatch. That's BLISSY.com/TaylorWatch and use code TaylorWatch to get an additional 30% off.
30.
Your skin and hair will thank you.
All right. Whoop, surprise. We're in a new location. For
Teleportation.
Those teleporting into the radio room. For those who are watching on YouTube, which you all should be, please subscribe and like as well. Thank you. But yes, we had a little studio switcheroo, and now we are in a new place to carry out the rest of our TTPD very favorite quotes. Now, we were just talking about Fortnite and how we love it as a song, how it's just great, the video, this, that, all the above. So let's get into our favorite lyrics.
But really quick, sorry. While we were doing that, I just looked, because you know how like Genius sometimes has those like about?
Yes.
So I guess Taylor said herself, she said, Fortnite sees Taylor reminiscing on what could have been as she paints the picture of an American town where the American dream you thought would happen to you didn't. As the opener to Taylor's 11th album, many of the themes of Fortnite reappear on later tracks. And there's this like whole Deadline article about her talking about Fortnite. And yeah, she said that she always imagined that Fortnite occurred in an American town where the American dream that you thought would happen to you didn't. You ended up not with the person you loved, and now you just have to live with that every day, wondering what could have been, maybe seeing them out. And that's a pretty tragic concept, really. So I was just writing from that perspective.
Wow. Love that insight.
Yeah.
Very cool. I also think that there are lines, well, the one line of move to Florida, buy the car you want. Like that part does make me think of like Florida, and then in Florida how they reference Texas.
Yeah.
And, like, it makes me think of like all that like small town something.
Yeah, like escapism.
Totally. Yeah. So it's interesting. So I only had one. I love the whole song, and I feel like I have to. Some of these ones I really try to cut down. I have a couple of different quotes or sections of the song that I really like, but I really tried to keep them as short and sweet as possible. And Fortnite for me, the one line that I have that's my favorite by far in the whole song is all my mornings are Mondays stuck in an endless February. Yeah. I love that metaphor. I love that line. I think that it fits so perfectly into the tone of the song, and it's just a very relatable line. Yeah, very relatable. Very relatable. Line.
I just have I love you, it's ruining my life.
I love that.
Like I think that line kind of like encapsulates all of the album, honestly.
It really does.
A lot of the songs on the album, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think that I think it was a really good opener.
Yeah.
I think it's just a fantastic song. It's
very
just great, top
very
to bottom.
Good song. Definitely a song that grew on me as the months have gone by.
Yeah, for sure. Second up, of course, is the title track, "The Tortured Poets Department."
Yes. Another one where I was kind of like struggling a little bit with finding a lyric that really resonated with me. Mm-hmm. But I've seen this episode, but I still love the show.
I love that line too, G. I love that line.
I also feel like it kind of has a parallel to Exile, like I think I've seen this film before and I didn't like the ending.
Totally.
I think I've seen this episode, but I still love the show. So it's like kind of like different perspectives. Like on Exile, it's kind of like I've seen this before, so I need to get out.
Yeah, like I'm done.
Now with Tortured Poets, it's like I've seen this before, but I'm still willing to stick around because I love them.
I'm still doing it, even though I know. Right? It's like nothing is surprising to me anymore. Like I see you. You've put me in a bad position before. You've treated me wrong before. You've done this. You've done that. None of it is a surprise. But I'm still here because I'm
still watching
with you.
Yeah.
I have as a line from I love this song, by the way. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. I think just the tone of it. And I love a reference to like the Chelsea Hotel.
Yeah.
I love the Dylan Thomas, Patti Smith comparisons. Like I think that those things are just fun and exciting and different. And I thought that this song specifically made a lot of people have to like look stuff up. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And I like that. I also was never bothered by the Charlie Puth line. I feel like the Charlie Puth thing, people were like, why is it, you know, but like, I think it painted the picture for how they were acting, where they're like, we're just talking, we're just saying stuff, we're just whatever, and it's like very casual. And I think people have come around for sure, but I think that no, top to bottom, I really liked it.
Another one where the ending is super strong.
Yes. Yeah. So at my whole thing is just the whole section. The at dinner you took my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one. People put wedding rings on, and that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. That part, like that is, I think, it paints such a picture, and it's and you know that it like happened for real. You know what I mean? Like that's like a retelling of a moment. Such a manipulative move. Such a moment where it's like, if that happened to me, I don't know what I'd do. Like that's one of those things where you're like, holy shit. Am I to take this at face value?
Yeah.
Because I can't believe how intimate this feels and how romantic this is. But if you're messing with me, then like, fuck.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, me too. All right, next we have My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys.
Our surprise song.
Our fave surprise.
Yes.
Our not our fave, but like we love this song.
Yes. I think it both grew on us after we got it in Paris as a surprise
Absolutely.
song. And it's just so crazy watching back our first listen through. Like there were so many songs where I was like, oh, I feel like this song is going to grow on me as time goes by. And with My Boy, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I like it, but I think it's going to grow on me. And now like it's one of her strongest, like metaphorically.
Yes.
You know, like,
yes.
And I think with the lyric changes that she made, because that was my biggest dilemma. For the lyric I picked, It Fit Too Right, Puzzle Pieces in the Dead of Night. And I also picked, There Was Danger in the Heat of My Touch, which I love that too.
In the heat of my touch.
He suffered ever so he smashed it up. Oh, 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 oh. But I would have picked, He Was My Best Friend, and that was the worst part.
Yes.
But she changed it to Down at the Sandlot. And God, I wish she kept, and that was the worst part.
That was the worst part, yeah.
Just say when he was my best friend, I'll play again. Like in that, he was my best friend, and that was the worst part. Oh,
that is definitely more cutting.
Yeah.
The Down at the Sandlot obviously fits better.
Yeah,
with
the metaphors.
And whatever. But yeah, so I understand why that choice was made creatively. But you're right, it definitely hits harder with that original lyric.
Yeah.
My favorite in there is the I'm queen of sandcastles he destroys. And I just like, and I also love the I didn't write it down, but I just remembered the rivulets descend my plastic smile. I love another one that I like that people probably have to Google it.
Yeah, I did not know what rivulet was.
Yeah, and I think that is such a, again, the imagery, and I'm such a sucker for the imagery.
And that's the thing, I feel like she's swapped out, if you listen to like the OG lyrics, like she swapped out those like kind of more cutting lines for like more metaphor stuff.
Definitely.
Like, and I appreciate that because it kind of molds the song into more of a cohesive message, I think.
Definitely.
But yeah, I just love Fit Too Right, Puzzle Pieces in the Dead of Night.
I love that part too.
Yeah,
it's so good. Perfect. Next up we have, and God, just what a good song. And if you haven't heard the live version in Paris, you gotta listen to it. Next up is Down Bad, my sweatshirt. I've got a Down Bad sweatshirt on.
I love that sweatshirt actually.
Me too. I'm really glad I got it.
One of the like best songs of the album.
For sure.
And
it's
love
not
the Aerostar performance of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Aerostar performance made me like the song more.
Yeah.
That was another one where like I like Down Bad for sure. It gets stuck in your head. It's a great song. Lyrically it's great, but it's just not I have other songs that I like more, you know? But I certainly appreciate it. And so for my words, I had the whole part of I loved your hostile takeovers, encounters closer and closer, all your indecent exposure. How dare you say that it's, and then she like fades off, like implying that
you a fort on some planet
where they can all understand it. How dare you think it's romantic to leave me safe and stranded.
Ugh, so good.
Fuck it, it was.
I have for a moment I was heaven struck just because I loved that heaven struck when it's like so like
heaven struck.
Yeah, so ethereal. It brings me chills every time.
I like the cosmic love version of that also. Yeah.
And
maybe a little bit more, but I like them both.
But I also have everything comes out teenage petulance. I love that line.
That is
so relatable.
One of the most popular.
No matter
lines.
how old you are, when you're going through like these certain types of situations, like sometimes you just gotta be a freaking brat about it.
Absolutely.
You have to have like
you gotta stamp your
feels
feet.
Like the world is ending, and you're gonna act like a kid. And I like that Taylor included that because it made me feel more relatable to her. Like even Taylor Swift has a tantrum.
Absolutely, and a tantrum about something that some people would say is like childish, you know what I mean? Like obviously you have tantrums about certain things in life.
Oh,
but
just
like,
get over him. Like
get over him. He sucks. Like whatever. And it's like, no, I'm down bad crying at the gym.
Yeah.
Please, what are you gonna say about that? Next up, we have our first track 5, one of the most devastating songs on the album.
This one was really hard to pick because there were so many lines that I liked. Honestly, the sad ones were the hardest ones.
They really were because they're all because you want to sing the whole song.
Yeah,
like every single line is good, especially on this album because she really lets it all out there. Yeah, you know. What did you?
Okay, well, I have 3.
Good.
I stopped trying to make them laugh. Stop trying to drill the safe.
Yep.
So sad.
Love that line.
Such a good line. I'm pissed off. I let me give you all that youth for free.
I have that one too. That is such a like.
Every girl
so relatable. Like, relatable, so real.
There's always one guy that kind of like you feel like you kind of like take your girlhood away from you.
Wasted my fucking time.
Yeah.
Like I could have been hot and running around, and instead I've been like either crying over you or entranced by you or stuck in this.
And I like that she said,
like,
"I'm pissed off."
Yeah. And
like,
I'm pissed off that you
angry. Like
pissed off. I let you give you all that youth for free. And let me give you all that youth for free.
Yeah. And then last one. This is like a whole fucking line, but holding tight to your quiet resentment. And my friend said it isn't right to be scared every day of a love affair. Every breath feels like rarest air when you're not sure if he wants to be there.
So good.
Literally kill me. And I've like
so
totally
good.
felt that feeling before too, like where your friends are like, hey, like you're not doing good and this relationship is like taking a toll and like we can notice it. And you're just like doing everything you can. You're even taking the resentment as something. Like you'll take scraps
I'll take
at
anything.
this point. Yeah.
I'll take feelings. I'll take emotions. I'll take anything but apathy. You know?
Yeah.
I have of course my favorite, you sacrificed us to the gods of your bluest days and I'm just getting color back into my face and I'm just mad as hell because I loved this place. I could cry even just saying it out loud. Like
so
I can't sing that line out loud because I will start crying.
Yeah, I think that's a common theme in this song too. Like I'm pissed off and I'm just mad as hell. Like it's kind of like the stages of grief when it's like you're sad and then
Denial,
you're angry.
anger.
Like this is like anger. Like you can tell that even though this song is so sad, it's also so angry because like not only is she like losing this person that she dedicated her whole life to, but she's also losing like a town that felt like home almost.
Exactly.
It's like which goes like hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Completely.
It feels like home.
When someone I loved this place could literally mean London. It could also literally mean this place in
of
life,
me and you,
this place of us, this place of it can mean multiple things. But also nothing is worse than like you love something that's going on, you love a place, you love a time, you love whatever, and someone ruins it for you. And it's like you can never certain places that doesn't happen. Like for example, I don't think anyone, well, I wouldn't let them at this point like ruin New York for me.
Yeah.
I would sooner give up someone than have them ruin New York for me. But someplace like London that's not your number one, it's like, now every time I'm here I fucking think of you. Or now every time I'm here I think about the time we spent here and like you introduced me to so many things and it's like it kind of became your place because of this person or whoever or situation. And it's sad. It's very sad. By far one of the saddest songs on the whole album.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, next up, But Daddy I Love Him.
I want to qualify this song as underrated.
Yeah.
But maybe in my mind, because it's not on my constant plays, but like when I was listening to it yesterday, I was like, this song is so fucking good. Like
it's really good.
We came back when the heat died down. Went to my parents and they came around. Soon the wise men, but fuck them. It's over. It's so good. And like
good.
the visuals, I love.
Totally. It's good. I think too, this is a song where I like the song a lot. I think it's great. I need to be feeling these emotions to really appreciate it. And since the song has come out, I haven't felt this way about someone. You know what I mean? And I can't dive into any of the archives to feel that way because this is a lovey-dovey song about like, fuck it, we're together and I love him and I don't care what anybody says and blah, 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 blah. That would be backtrack for me. So I can't have that. But I understand the messaging behind it. And I think it is sweet.
Yeah. And I like how she took her story and made it like something that everyone can kind of understand, and like the movie theme, you know what I mean, like Little Mermaid theme.
Totally. I also think that the more heavy mentions of like God, religion, Sarah's and Hannah's in their Sunday best,
clutching their pearls, sign, what a mess.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, this is so many, like literally a year ago probably, when there was a point where I was like, there's a line in that song where they talk about like the parents gathering around or whatever, and I couldn't remember at that time, but it was like and now I'm blanking again on the line. There's a line in this song that's like
the elders,
yes, down at the city hall. That's the part that you say away from her.
Yeah,
saboteur, protested too much. So good. It is a really good song.
Yeah.
All right. Did you say your favorite?
No, not yet.
You go yours.
I feel like maybe we picked the same one, but I'm not sure. I'll tell you something right now. I'd rather burn my whole life down than listen to one more second of all this bitching and moaning.
I love that. And I'm mad at myself for not putting it there. Again, that was still this is before I started like doing multiple.
Right.
But love that. That probably should have been, I probably should have written that down too, for sure.
Yeah.
I have growing up precocious sometimes means not growing up at all.
I like that one too.
I think it's such a self-aware thing to say. And that's something that I totally identify with, where it's like, I was a smart kid. I was into adult things as a kid, but then it makes you worry as an adult. It's like, okay, I'm like talking about the same stuff I was talking about. Have I even grown?
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes like you think that by like being interested in older things and like wanting to be older, actually you're kind of like hindering your growth.
Right.
Almost.
You're not really right.
You're
Exactly.
not letting
You're
yourself
steps.
like be a kid. Yeah. Yeah.
You're skipping steps and you're just kind of like, you're stuck in this mindset that you've taught yourself. It's a fight or flight thing.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah. That's how I feel. Like I'd rather burn my whole life down.
Yep.
Is definitely how I felt before. Like I'd rather just blow things up than listen to you guys fucking keep talking.
It's so true.
Yeah, so good.
Tell you something about my good name.
It's mine alone to disgrace.
I don't cater to all these vipers dressed in empath's clothing.
Wait,
yeah, I mean, obviously honorable mention to that line as well. I don't cater to all these vipers dressed in empath's clothing.
Yeah, which
so
is like
good.
just so calling out so many people online.
So many people.
Like,
yes. God save the most. We can't sing the whole song.
I know.
All I want to do is sing the whole song now. All right. Next up, we have Fresh Out the Slammer.
Yes. Another one that is one of my favorites now that I did not appreciate when we first listened to it.
Yeah. I'm still like 50-50 on it. I love it when it's on, but I never like go listen to it. You know what I mean? I'm never like, I got to hear Fresh Out the Slammer.
Yeah. I have two again for this one. Handcuffed to the spell I was under for just 1 hour of sunshine. And then kind of similarly, my friends tried, but I want to hear it. Watch me daily disappearing for just one glimpse of his smile.
Love that. Love
just
that.
Relatable.
Super relatable.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the tune right now. It's years of labor, locks and ceilings, in the shade of how he was feeling. That's like it's like the second part.
Oh yeah,
of that
yeah.
Same.
I was saying handcuffs.
So it's years of labor, locks and ceilings, in the shade of how he was feeling.
Yeah,
and that what that describes to me is just that feeling of being dwarfed by someone else's wants, needs, feelings, and just kind of doing that because you think that that's how you need to act to make them feel seen.
Yeah.
And in turn, locking yourself up and not being able to express yourself.
Yeah.
Walking on eggshells essentially around somebody.
I think the lines that I picked go hand in hand completely with that. Like, handcuffed to the spell I was under for 1 hour sunshine, one glimpse of his smile. Like, watch me daily disappearing, kind of like what you were saying. Like, just losing yourself and trying to fit into the mold that this person wants you to be in. And it's like, now I've just completely lost myself.
Totally. I also had swirled you into all of my poems.
Yeah, I love that line.
I love that line.
Yeah.
Like, just a beautiful line.
Yeah.
And also, again, the imagery. Like, I'm such a sucker for I've said it 10 times now, but I'm such a
Right.
sucker for imagery, and I like that. Swirled you into all of my poems, like
It's romantic.
using that. It's very romantic,
yeah.
and it's also
Like-
it's very artsy to vision.
Yeah.
It's like I wrote you in my poems. It's like that doesn't sound as good.
like dreaming almost.
Yeah.
Like the kind of how the whole song is about like
Mm-hmm.
thinking about somebody else and like feeling like you're in jail, and then when you get out, you know exactly who you're gonna go to.
Exactly.
I feel like
You know who your
swirling
first
you
call
into-
will be too.
Yep, exactly.
All right, next up, Florida. It's one hell of a drug. Love.
For this one, didn't really have anything that stood out to me too much. I do just love all of Flo's verse.
Me too. That's my whole thing
I got
is Flo's
drunk
verse.
and I dared to wash me away.
Literally
I
it.
just picked well, me and my ghosts, we had a hell of a time.
Yes,
I
I
love
have the
that line.
same. I have that whole. I got drunk and I dared it to wash me away. Barricaded in the bathroom with a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Me and my ghost, we had a hell of a time. I
Yeah.
think that is such a. The whole song is great, and the messaging behind the song, the feeling behind the song of that like getaway. I need to.
Like, get rid of my
I have some
problems and
regrets, so take me to
escape. Yeah.
Florida. Blah blah blah. Like I love the idea of all of it. But you're right. Florence's appearance on this song, I think, makes the song for me.
Yeah, me too.
If she's not on it, I still like it, but I don't like it as much, nearly
Yeah.
as much as I do.
And
that
she
line
adds
I love.
like to me, like I always pictured like Taylor, like I don't know, like in a convertible, like driving through
Yes.
Florida, like getting away from the cops, and then like
Sure.
Florence is like in the or like in like the swamp, like in
Yeah.
a little cabin,
in her
like-
house. She's like, "Come
yeah.
over, girl."
Yeah, exactly. Like like dancing with the ghost, and then Taylor
Sink
pulls
into
up.
the swamp.
Yeah, is that a bad thing to say in a song? I love
Little did
it. I
you
love it.
know.
Definitely
So
gives like
good.
witch vibes with Flo in this song for sure.
Absolutely. Right. It becomes more than just like a Western getaway murder thing, and it becomes witchy.
Yeah.
And like very like maybe a little practical magic even.
Yeah, I love it.
Love. All right. Next up is Guilty as Sin. One of your faves of
I
all time.
love Guilty as
It
Sin.
took me a long time to really appreciate Guilty as Sin.
I just love the drum. What if
It's
it's
written
and it's like,
on my upper thigh.
so good?
So good.
Only in my mind. But
Incredible.
I do love this song so much. Not really any lyrics that were like super resonating with me. I always thought that the line "We've already done it in my head" was so funny.
Love it.
But then I keep recalling things we never did. Messy top lip kiss. How I long for our tryst. So cute.
So
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And right, the way that she like kind of hops in these lyrics. where
Yeah.
It's like do. It's very flirty. Obviously, this whole song is about like
Very flirty.
masturbating low key. Like this one and
No, it's like I'm thinking about you, like
Yeah.
alone by myself.
twisted bed sheets, whatever. the
Yeah.
fuck,
My
you know
bed
what I
sheets
mean?
are inflamed.
Yeah. That's
I screamed your name.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all happening. But I think that it's all happening. But again, Guilty as Sin, another like heavy religious metaphors.
Yeah.
And
What if I roll the stone away? They're gonna
That's-
crucify me anyway.
that's
yeah.
my line. My line
yeah.
is, what if I roll the stone away? They're going to crucify me anyway. And then also, I choose you and me religiously. I like that too. Because
Yeah.
it just kind of like, it brings home that point of like, this is a religious experience.
Yeah.
It's not only it's not
isn't
a
just
fling.
love,
It's not
yeah.
a tryst. It's not well, it is literally a tryst. I long for our tryst. But it's more to it, you know?
Yeah.
There's more substance. So yeah, just a really good song, top to bottom, sound wise as well. I just
Yes.
it's really really good. All right, next we have Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
Just a great classic
song.
Taylor song.
Classic, great, perfect performance there. His tour is insane. Love it, love
Yeah.
it. I just have the whole sides of so tell me everything is not about me, but what if it is? They say I didn't do it to. They say they didn't do it to hurt me, but what if they did?
Yeah.
I love that part.
Yep, I have that too. Tell me everything is not about me, but what if it is?
Yep.
I also have you don't get to tell me about sad.
I love that.
Love that line. Like I feel like that's an issue that people go through, but also like she goes through on like a huge scale. Like I think people and celebrities just in general like always like to shit. People like to shit on celebrities for like when they post about like being sad and stuff. They're like, "Oh,
Yes.
you're rich. Like, why do you
What
care?"
are you
Whatever.
sad about?
Yeah, like
they love to have
like
that,
that from
energy.
that
So dumb.
perspective. Like you don't get to tell me about sad, but also like just from the perspective of like this guy fucked me over and now like he's thinking that I'm like overreacting. Like you don't get to tell me
Right.
about sad. You're the one that did this to me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then in turn, the mirror of that line as the song gets deeper, it says, "You don't get to tell me you feel bad."
Yeah.
Love that part too.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, oh, don't all of a sudden that's two sides of it, you know, where it's like, first you're trying to gaslight me to tell me it wasn't that big of a deal and I shouldn't be so sad.
Yeah.
And then now you're acting like you feel bad for what you did, acting like you didn't know what you were doing the whole time. Like, fuck off, you know? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then I also have so I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street, crash the party like a record scratch as I scream. Because
who's afraid
of little old me? I just love that visual. It's
too.
just like I can see it in my head.
too, of her
You're busting
literally
into the
jumping
party.
down.
Yeah, like as a ghost. Oh man, I love that visual. And I also love the bridge, like, I'll sue you if you step on my lawn, that I'm fearsome and I'm wretched and I'm wrong.
Yep.
I really do love this song. And I'm wrong. Put narcotics into all of my songs.
That's another line that needs to be that can be.
That's why you keep singing along. Yes, so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Iconic. All right, next we have
Like self-aware.
and very self-aware. Self-aware and also cutting to the way of like, fuck you guys for thinking
exactly.
you know who I
Like
am.
you guys think that this is
you don't know
me,
who I
fine,
am.
I'll be the
Yeah, right. Totally. Love. And I also love all of the stir it caused with like, you wouldn't last an hour in the asylum that they raised me. And everyone's like, really, Taylor? This is the asylum? And it's like,
it's called a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. Like,
Open the schools. Literally.
Open the schools.
Yeah.
English class. Everyone needs English class.
Yeah.
So more than ever, we need English class. Anyway, next up is I Can Fix Him. This one I personally struggled with finding a lyric that I liked. It's definitely my least favorite song on the album.
Yeah, it's
by a mile.
probably my least favorite, up there with Thank You, Amy. But
it might be one of my least favorite songs, like period, like of Taylor's. Like it's a short song.
short, and it doesn't really get anywhere. You know what I mean? Like there's no like payoff almost, but it does paint a picture pretty vividly of like, you know, my assumption, like how Maddie Healy, like how people perceive him, and how she perceives herself as somebody that, you know, takes pride in being able to fix people and things that they can
or get through to them or whatever.
Exactly.
And you know, Maddie aside, like if we want to put labels, it's probably that, but that could apply to anyone that maybe she's dated or maybe that's been in her life where she's gone out of her way to try to like get through to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's, again, very relatable. I have the come close, I'll show you heaven if you'll be an angel all night, which I like that. I like that too, because it's like, I'll be good to you if you're good to me.
Yeah, at least for tonight.
But even in general, like that feeling of it shouldn't be transactional. Like you shouldn't have to say that if you like love somebody in your relationship with them. Like you should automatically treat each other well. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to ask to be treated well.
Yeah.
No.
I just have the jokes that he told at the bar were revolting and far too loud.
Yes.
Because like that was my ex-boyfriend.
No, 100%. And also just like who we've all been there, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
We've all been there
We've
where
all
we're
dated
so
a guy where
fucking
you're
embarrassed
like,
by
what
like
the fuck?
You're like, I thought you were normal.
Yeah.
Like, clearly not.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on here? It's tough. So, okay. Next we have LOML.
Yes.
Loss of My Life.
Another one that I had a hard time picking just because there were so many.
I picked a bunch for this one. Yeah.
Okay, go first then, because we probably have a.
I'm sure.
Same, yeah.
I think they're out of order a little bit, but one of them is and all at once the ink bleeds, a con man sells a fool, a get love quick scheme. I think that is a great. It's just a great like jumble of words, like the get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
Love quick scheme, con man. That like the imagery there also I really like.
Yeah.
And of course, dancing phantoms on the terrace. Are they secondhand embarrassed that I can't get out of bed because something counterfeits dead?
Yeah, I have that one.
Unbelievable line.
Oh man,
absolutely unbelievable. And again, the imagery.
I love that.
See it. I can see the Danny Phantoms on the terrace, you know.
And I just love the way that she described it. Like, are they second that I can't get out of bed because something counterfeits dead? Like, this relationship wasn't even like really that real. Like,
right, exactly.
And I'm so disheveled by it, like so hurt by it that like even the ghosts in the house are like, this girl is really going through it
like this, right?
Yeah.
And exactly too. It's like they weren't even together. Like they weren't even a relationship.
Yeah.
Again, it's so fucking real. Like, that's
so
the
real.
shit ever. Last I have what a valiant roar, a bland goodbye.
I have that too.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I think that describes even in like a healthy relationship too, like every relationship starts off with this, beautiful, honeymoon, you're in love, everything's right, blah, blah, blah. And usually by the time it ends, like the the way relationships die are just kind of like so sad and morbid and just like, oh man, like that's the end.
Absolutely. And then I don't have it written down, but the next line of that, but a valiant roar, bland goodbye. The coward claimed he was a lion. And I love that too.
Yeah.
And so fucking real. Like it's just, you know, oh, I'm this. I love that play on like Wizard of Oz. I love that play on. It's just there's so many layers to that too. I just love.
Is it an LOML? He's like a brave. You need a brave man, and then proceed to play him. You said you need a brave man, then proceeded to play him until I believed it true.
No, that's Black Dog.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think that line
very similar
coincides totally with that coward claimed he was a lion. Like you claimed you were a brave man, and you played that role for a little bit, but then we all saw the truth.
Absolutely, and it all stems back to this feeling of like you can't handle me. And you told me that you could, and now you've gone back on your word, and that's and you can't handle me and all that comes with me, and now your excuse to leave is that you can't handle it all because you're too fucking afraid.
One line that I had was still alive, killing time at the cemetery, never quite buried.
Yep.
Which I think goes in hand with like the dancing phantoms. Like this relationship was never even live to begin with. Like we were just kind of like hanging out at the cemetery because we knew that it was going downhill.
It was going to be we knew it was going to be a death. Like we knew this was gonna end at some point. Yeah. All right, next up we have the very upbeat I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. What whiplash between these two songs.
It's crazy.
I never really thought about that before.
I was listening to it, like, how did it end? And then so high school, like, whoa, literally, it's jarring.
Crazy whiplash. I only have one line for this. Love the whole song. I think lyrically it is good. It's not the strongest lyrically on the album.
Yeah.
I think
it's fun, and that's the purpose of it.
And there's great metaphors, and it's very sarcastic and silly and whatever. My favorite line in it is just I'm so obsessed with him, but he avoids me like the plague.
I have that too, yeah.
That's like the obvious one.
I have, I'm a real tough kid. I can handle my shit. I like that. And I, lights, camera, bitch, smile, even when you want to die.
Yes. Like just so good.
Yeah.
And again, these are, it's just so funny how she could put things into words so easily, or it seems so easily. Like, that's exactly how I feel. Like, that's so relatable.
It's camera, bitch, smile. I love that.
And it's very like.
And it also kind of sounds like she's like talking to herself.
Totally. Yeah. Lights, camera, bitch, smile.
Yeah.
Even when you wanna die. He said he loved me for
all time, but that time was quite short. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me shattered, but the crowd was chanting more.
Love.
So good.
Great song. All right. Next we have The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, which was another semi-difficult one to pick like one line, because I feel like you need the whole song to really understand the point of the song. But this was another one that my love for the song increased after the performance at the Air, you know?
Yeah.
And I just have the whole section of I have
bridge.
Sorry, I have three separate, but I think they're literally one after another. And I'll say good riddance because it wasn't sexy once it wasn't forbidden.
Love that line.
Yeah. I have you deserve prison, but you won't get time. You'll slide into inboxes and slip through the bars.
Love that line too.
Yeah. I love the imagery there. And then also you kicked out the stage lights, but you're still performing. I love kicked out the stage. That might be my favorite one out of all those three I just said. You kicked out the stage lights, but you're still performing. I think it's like, so you fucked everything up and you're still not being yourself.
Yeah.
You're still acting like
you won't even like admit that you did something wrong.
No one's watching and you still won't be yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
I have I kind of like the beginning. Like, was any of it real? Gazing at me, starry-eyed, in your Jehovah's Witness suit. Who the fuck was that guy?
Yes,
I love that. Who the fuck was that guy?
Who
like,
the fuck was that
you're like,
guy?
Was I hallucinating? Like, it seems so different. And then I also have were you sent by someone who wanted me dead? Did you sleep with a gun underneath our bed?
Yes.
It's just like, we've all felt like that this person was sent to us literally to kill us. Like, what was the point? Like, why'd you even get involved? Like, why'd you do this? Did you literally just do this to hurt me? Because that's how it feels.
That's how it feels, right? And it's probably, probably true.
Yeah.
All right. Now, next up, we have The Alchemy, which I actually did have a little bit of a hard time finding a favorite lyric of the song. This is another one of the songs that I do really like this song, but it doesn't like hit me in a You know, I'm not in my feels for it, you know. But my favorite line in it was just, this happens when they say it twice. Say it right in the beginning and right at the end. This happens once every few lifetimes. These chemicals hit me like white wine.
I love that
like
too.
that.
Yeah.
'Cause white wine drunk is a specific
White wine
kind of
is a specific type of drunk where you're like loose
and you're like cutie,
flirty.
lovey-dovey,
Yeah,
and you're not
yeah.
too drunk, but you're like,
Yes.
yee
Yeah, totally.
like my white wine.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I like that from it.
I have where's the trophy? He just comes running over to me.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
I love that. It's like a big part of the song.
Yes.
Like I can
Where's the
see it in my
trophy?
head, and like he just comes running over to me. Touchdown, call the amateurs and cut him from the team. But like,
So good.
I definitely know that feeling. Like he just comes, and you feel like you two are like the only people in the room, and it's very cute. Yeah,
I mean, it's adorable, and it's just and of course, obviously, our first Travis
the
song.
trophy. Yeah,
First
yeah.
Travis song, first Travis mentioned, so we have to mention.
Yeah, it's so
that as
funny in
well.
the video. We're like, oh, it seems like this is about like it seems like there's some Travis in here.
Yeah, could there be Travis?
we're like,
It's literally
what? Yeah.
like shirts off and your friends lift you up
Where's the
over there.
trophy?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally so fun.
Beers, like whatever, beers dripping
You're
on the floor
sticking to the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers chanting because they said there was
no
no
chance. Tried to be the greatest in the league. Where's the trophy?
He just comes running over to me. Oh, it's so good.
It is a really good song.
Yeah.
But that's again, I think it's a song you need to hear top to bottom. Like no one line really sticks out.
Yeah.
At least to me specifically. All right, next up, Clara Bow. One of my favorite songs on the album by far. Like
So-
probably a top 5, maybe 10.
I always love
many
all
songs.
of Taylor's like I wouldn't even say like grass always greener, but like kind of like be careful what you wish for type of songs.
Definitely.
Like and the truth behind being in the spotlight and you know all the positives
Exposing
and
the
negatives
industry.
that comes with it. Yeah. So yeah, this song I like how she goes from like Clara Bow to Stevie Nicks to her.
Taylor Swift,
Yeah, and you could tell like somebody probably told her like you remind us of Stevie Nicks.
You look like,
like,
and I'm
yeah.
sure someone told Stevie Nicks, you look
Yeah.
like Clara Bow.
Yeah.
You look, you know, I mean, and even if that, how she got to to write the song with the inspiration, what elements of that are real or not, the message is so clear, and it's that there's always another version of you.
Yeah.
Moving, like going on, and these people in Hollywood
Yeah.
and New York and wherever are always going to tell you that like that's how they butter you up.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense.
It's
like
very nothing new, very castles crumbling,
Yes.
the lucky one, Starlight. Yeah.
very much so. My lines. I actually have three. I have 3 lines. I've got no one in my small town thought I'd see the lights of Manhattan. That just makes me want to cry because we live in Manhattan and it's like no, came from a small town. You know, and then I have the crowd goes wild at her fingertips, half moonshine, full eclipse. I love that just because it makes you think of the Eras tour when she's pointing at the crowd.
Yeah,
and they're going
totally.
wi- they're literally going wild at her fingertips. Like I just like that. I like the imagery there.
Yeah.
And then last I have it's hell on earth to be heavenly.
I like that
That's
too.
another one too. It's like, yeah, it's low key hell.
The breaks. Don't come gently. I have only when your girlish glow flickers just so do they let you know.
Ugh.
So true. Every
So
time.
good.
Yep, every time you like, I feel like a girl like looks like disheveled or gets a new wrinkle or
or
something.
old. Yeah, God forbid something that like poor Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
She put on a sassy dress and had an updo with bangs, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's like, who says a lady? It's
Yeah,
like,
literally.
what?
Yeah.
She's like she's a woman. Leave her alone. Okay.
I also love sorry, but
yeah.
beauty is a beast that roars
Love.
down on all fours, demanding
Demanding
more. Yeah.
Love. Getting a little. I should have brought water. Okay. Next up is the Black Dog, another crowd favorite. Hope it's shitty in the Black Dog. We all love that. I have that's another song I think that just hits you over the head with the imagery.
Yeah.
In the bar, literally a bar called Black Dog.
Location,
Yeah,
forgot to turn your location off.
Yep.
So relatable.
really sets the tone. I have the part at the end where she says 6 weeks of breathing clean air, I still miss the smoke, were you making fun of me with some esoteric joke? And then right after that it's the now I want to sell my house and set fire to all my clothes
And hire a priest to come and exorcise my demons, even if I die screaming.
so good.
So good.
And I hope it's shitty in the Black Dog.
Yeah.
By the way, I hope it's shitty in the Black Dog.
I like how this song is kind of like like, yeah, fuck you. I hope it sucks, and I
Yeah.
hope you're not having fun, and I hope she doesn't know the words, and
She's too young for you, and you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Love.
I have old habits die screaming. I love that
course.
metaphor or
Same.
like visual, whatever.
Same.
And then I have Do You Hate Me? Was it hazing for some cruel fraternity I pledged?
Yes.
And then I also like at the end when she says, "'Cause tail between your legs, you're leaving." Oh, I love that.
So good.
Tail between your legs, like you're leaving like a scared little dog. Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Old habits die screaming. So good.
So good.
Yeah.
Great song. All right, next we have I'm Gonna Get You Back. All one word. Love this song. Still love this song. Just a sexy song.
Yeah.
Sexy song.
Yeah.
Sexy, kind of crazy, like
Yeah, it's
I'm just fucking crazy.
I know that he's bad for me, but like
Yeah.
it's kind of fun.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Is it okay that the lights went off in there?
I think so.
Okay. My lines are oh no, I just have the one. It says, I told my friends I hate you, but I love you just the same. Pick your poison, babe. I'm poison either way.
Yeah, I love that.
Love it. Love pick your poison, babe. I'm poison either way. Like if I had to do short line, like that's it for me.
Yeah.
I love that part.
I just have whether I'm gonna curse you out or take you back to my house.
Love it.
Like we've all been in that shoe. Like you're like, yeah, like this guy fucked me over, and like
Yeah.
I'm supposed to hate him, but like we're definitely gonna hook up tonight.
For sure. It's like, fuck him. Ugh. And then you show up and you're like, oh, he's looking hot tonight. Fuck
Yeah,
him. Like, how dare he?
Yep.
Then you have 3 glasses of white wine and all of a sudden,
Yep.
my what's the line?
chemicals hit
Twisted
like
in
white
bed
wine?
sheets. All of a
Oh,
sudden I'm
yes.
twisted in bed sheets.
Yeah, exactly.
I've already
Screaming
done it
your
in my
name.
head.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
So good stuff. Okay. Next up, we have the Albatross, which Gia,
Love the albatross.
me too. And while listening to this song, I thought of it in a totally different way than I have before.
Ooh.
And I don't know if this is me, like just trying to make something out of nothing. But my first line, or no, one of the lines I like in it is the wise men once said, one bad seed kills the garden, one less temptress, one less dagger to sharpen. I wonder, is the albatross like Taylor's fame and she's singing to herself? Because in my head, it's like, oh,
Yeah, I'm
Taylor's
the
the
life you
albatross.
chose.
Right.
And all this, yeah.
Exactly. That's what made me think it. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was like, oh yeah, it's like if someone chooses to be with her and she does this and that, but then in the beginning, it's like it stops you from doing what you need to do. It's I'm the albatross, I'll destroy you. But then at the end, the only one to save them is the albatross, and it's like you need me now. And I'm wondering, like, is this her arguing with herself almost?
Yeah, I
Interesting,
can
right?
see that totally.
I might have to do a bit more of a deep dive into that to see if I'm just being crazy. But that one line is you chose this life
Yeah, like
or
you
whatever.
were sleeping soundly when they dragged you from your bed, and I tried to warn you about them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Try to
Yep.
like about who, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it just sounds like it's her, almost her fame or her future self or the the monster on the hill version of herself talking to her like non-famous her, her deepest
Totally.
version of her. So I'm
Totally.
curious if anybody else thinks of it in that way because I never did until literally today.
Yeah, I could totally see.
Interesting.
Yeah, I always saw it as like I know that, or like people have always told me that like I'm the issue, like
Yes.
I'm the problem,
Yes.
and either you can get with it or you can get out.
Absolutely. That's how I viewed it at first too. Like just for the whole time. I still pretty much do. Like it still makes sense that way. But yeah, I wonder if it's more self-reflective.
Yeah,
than,
probably.
Than we thought. Who
Yeah.
knows? What are your lines?
But for that, I chose I'm the life you chose in all this terrible danger.
Yeah.
I love that
I
line.
love that line too. Really, really good. Great song overall. Sad song, sad, but in
Did
a
you
way
say
of like,
yours?
yeah. I just have the wise men once said, one bad seed kills the garden.
Yeah.
One less temptress, one less dagger to sharpen. And I like that also because it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of exactly how to do it. I like the one less temptress, one less dagger to sharpen because it's like, oh, if there's one less thing to worry about, that's one less thing I have to like get upset about or whatever. That part, I'm not sure how that fits into my new theory of like, is Taylor talking to herself? But maybe it's like one less thing to, maybe it's just could be her saying it to herself. Who knows? But that's that.
Yeah.
Love the song, love the imagery. Also, albatross, obviously, big bird,
Big bird.
big old bird.
Doesn't touch land in 6 years or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and only comes back. That's right. People,
Yeah.
are like, that was a clown. Wasn't
Yeah,
that like
yeah, it was a
clown
huge
point?
clown thing.
Yeah.
They were together for like 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Love. Okay, next up, one of my all-time favorites on the album, Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. Ugh, so good. And I've got a lot for this one.
Yeah.
I've got. You want to go first? You go first.
I have, if you want to break my cold, cold heart, just say I loved you the way that you were.
That number one most devastating
line.
Yep.
Like devastating line. And then I think in tandem with, this is another one I picked, change plans and lovers and outfits and rules, all to outrun the desertion of you. Like,
yep.
I did everything I could to change, to hope that you like wouldn't leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then for you to just say like, I loved you the way that you were, like, fuck you.
Yeah, if you want to break, exactly, like, how dare you? Like, I've changed.
You made
I've
me
grown,
think that I
wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I just think that the tone of this song is so, like, I'm giving up. Like, I've bared it all. I've done all I can, and you still don't love me.
Yeah.
You know? And so my favorite lines, obviously or did you have others? Sorry.
No, just those two. Yeah.
Okay. And then I also had the if you want to break my cold, cold heart, just say you love me the way you were.
Yeah.
I love and you saw my bones out with somebody new. I love how that is, because I feel like saying that instead of just being like, you saw me out with somebody new, you saw my bones out with someone new. I feel like that's just kind of a way, and this is a personal thing. It's kind of how I talk. Like I'll say like, oh, my bones are like, I just talk about my bones a lot as my body. Like it's just a way to talk about your body. But I also kind of like that she says bones, because it makes you think of like skeleton, like I'm dead, like you killed me, like this is, you know what I mean? You saw my bones out with somebody.
Like I was at the bare.
Yes,
of
like
my
the most
life.
stripped down version of myself is like what you saw, and like, you know, someone who could have bullied you in school, whatever.
Yeah.
Then of course the number one, truly, well, tied with Break My Cold, Cold Heart is so if I sell my apartment and you have some kids with an internet starlet, will that make your memory fade to the scarlet maroon? Like it never happened. That is like the most devastating, one of the most devastating. And then of course the callback to Maroon that ropes in all of the feelings that Maroon gives you. And then that it's just her last thing. It's like, well, should I sell my apartment? Like what else do I need to do to make you mine? And it's just like, nothing matters.
Yeah.
It's not for you. He's
really,
not the one.
really an interesting song when it comes to like the meaning of it. Like I feel like anyone could tell me like their meaning of it and it would make sense, you know, like there's so many different ways that you can spin this song.
Yes, many.
I like that about it.
You can interpret it anyway.
Yep.
It's really good. All right, next up, our second track 5, right? Correct?
Yep.
Very
did it end? Oh God.
Was who we ran into at the shops, walking in circles like she was lost. Didn't you hear? They called it all off. One gasp, and then how did it end?
Oh,
of course, that whole section.
Yeah,
number one.
I picked
on my list.
That was on my list too. Yeah.
Yep. I also have, obviously, How Did It End? Easily one of the saddest songs on the entire anthology, if not the entire Tortured Poets, you know, top to bottom. I think that How Did It End goes hand in hand with So Long London in like context.
Yeah.
I also sometimes kind of think it's more sad.
Oh, I think so too, because I think it's like, in my opinion, this is like the first time I've ever heard like a song where it kind of talks about less of like the breakup and more of like the residuals that come about with the breakup, and like how people care more about like what happened rather than the fact that you guys like broke up. You know what I mean?
Because they're nosy. Everyone's nosy.
Like everyone actually just cares about the breakup, and I love how this song can take the sadness of going through the breakup, but then also the fact that like everybody's talking about it and everyone's like so shocked and like confused. How did it end? Oh my God. And you kind of have to deal with knowing that people are like thinking about that about you when they see you.
Well, that's I would say one of the biggest things. I mean, this is speaking from firsthand experience. I stayed in a relationship way longer than I should have because I was worried about what would happen after we broke up.
Yeah, totally.
It was like, oh, you know, I don't know, whatever. And so that all the lines of this song really like, and it was not the same experience, but that worry of like, fuck, what are our friends going to say? What are other people going to say? Like, I'm never going to see these people again. Or it's like, you worry about the fallout.
Yeah, totally.
And that's just as big of a part of it as like the loss itself, you know? So you know, guess we ran into at the shops, walking in circles like she was lost. Duh. I also really liked the line, he was a hothouse flower to my outdoors.
Love that one too.
Love that line. Just really good metaphor.
Took me a second to like realize what it meant. I didn't know what hothouse flower meant.
That's well, you know me. I love a hothouse flower. That is true. So, and
I have
expression.
and so a church, and so a touch that was my birthright became foreign.
Love that line.
Love that too.
Love that line.
Yeah.
I also, of course, have it. I just have it like ... because I didn't type the whole thing. But to say it once again with feeling.
How the death rattled breathing, silenced as the soul was leaving. The deflation of our dreaming, leaving me bereft and reeling. My beloved ghost in me, sitting in a tree. DYING. Oh,
powerful.
Man. Yeah.
So powerful.
Death rattle breathing. Oh, gosh.
It's because, right, the death rattle, like, people say that that's real.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the
around
last...
someone dying, but that's people say it's really real. Jesus Christ. So, God, what a song. What a song. And then another just whiplash again.
180.
Right into So High School.
Yeah.
Another song that I love, but not lyrically, like it's not one of my favorites lyrically.
It's super cute.
But it's a cute song.
Yeah.
My favorite, obviously, about Travis, and couldn't hit you over the head more about it being about Travis. My favorite line is just the "Tell me about the first time you saw me."
That's what I picked.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I picked that too.
But we're so typical.
I know.
We're like here.
Well, just like it's also such a classic thing that girls say to like their boyfriends. They're like,
yes.
How did you know you liked me? Like,
yeah, when did you
think I was
first see
cute?
me? Like, what do you think when you met me?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Girls love to ask that
to
type
hear
of
that
stuff.
and I love to know it.
Yeah,
I love
totally.
to know that 'cause it's like
Totally.
what was the draw? You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what drew you in? What made you think of me? You know,
I
Which
love
is great.
that.
Love. Next is I Hate It Here, and another fave. And I have the double up of So I Will Go to Secret Gardens / Lunar Valleys in my mind. I love both of those. And then the I'll save all of my romanticism for my inner life, and I'll get lost on purpose. Which another line that I love. The whole song is about disassociating, which is my number one favorite activity.
Yeah.
And so it just all really sticks home. And I think that lost in the sauce on this song when it first came out, everybody wanted to talk shit about the lines of her being like,
without all the racists.
Said the 1830s,
Yeah.
but without all the racists and getting married off to the highest bid. Like I feel like people were so focused on that they missed the important part of the next coming lines that were nostalgia is a mind's trick. If I'd been there, I'd hate it. It was freezing in the palace. I think that the whole point of her mentioning that is like, of course, I'd love to pick a different decade to live in, whatever.
Yeah.
But then when you think about it for one more half a second, you think about all the shitty parts of that time too.
You're going to have just as many problems then than you do now.
And that was always the example she was using. And I feel like people just use that as an excuse to be like, what? Like, she's talking about the races?
Yeah.
The girl from fucking Sex Life of College Girls made fun of her for that.
Oh, yeah.
And then she lost her
their
job.
show got canceled.
Oh, yeah, then the show got canceled.
Too bad.
Say voodoo.
Yeah, so I Hate It Here, so I'll go to Lunar Valleys in my mind. And same thing. I have I'm lonely, but I'm good. I'm bitter, but I swear I'm fine. I'll save all my romanticisms for my inner life.
Love it. Love it. We're so on the same page.
I know.
All right, next up is Thank You, Amy. A tried and true classic bitch out song.
Yep.
Not much to say about it past that. We know what it's about. We know who it's for. We know about it.
One of my own funniest moments is
hilarious.
when you're like,
the video
spells out Kim.
You're like,
I'm like,
who?
Yeah. I was so high and drunk
Hilarious.
and tired.
You look like, looking back, you look like the like squirrel or gopher or whatever. You know that meme of like that's how you looked in that clip.
I was shook.
So funny though.
I really did
So
not
funny.
put two and two together.
You were so unbothered. Like Kim is not on your mind. Like you were
Kim
last
who?
person. Literally Kim who.
Someone should have sent that to her.
For real, so funny. For that one, I only have and maybe you've reframed it, and in your mind, you never beat my spirit black and blue. Because I think that is one of the most cutting lines in the whole thing. Because of course, she's like making jokes, she's being funny, she's talking about her mom, about
like you justified it in your head.
Yeah, and I do think that is a major piece of that whole debate, or not debate, but that whole conversation, feud about Kim and Taylor and whatever, and how Kim goes on and on, tells everyone who will listen that it's really not that serious, and I don't care at all, and I never think about it, and I don't care. And like I've had people tell me who like know Kim, where it's like, oh, Kim, trust me, Kim does not care. And I was like, trust me, there is no one who cares more than Kim Kardashian about this. Like you do not have the right read on her, because
I think with like kids,
there's no one
too,
who is more bothered by and she'll go out of her way to be the least bothered bitch on earth, but like or to appear as such, but she's a professional. Of course she could appear that way.
Yeah.
You know that she's upset about this whole
Yeah,
thing.
totally.
You know that she's eating crow because her fucking Nazi ass husband ruined a potentially great friendship and relationship she could have had with Taylor Swift. And so I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think that, yeah, she was horrible to her. And however she wants to frame it for herself to make her feel better about it, that's fine. So that's
and
why
I feel like she totally had
great.
and also Kim like totally had the opportunity to like apologize.
So come back from it.
Why don't
she
you
double
just
down.
call Taylor up?
Just call Taylor up.
Yeah.
Even just calling Taylor up is separate. It's like she truly thinks that she did nothing wrong. Like she really thinks
that's
and
what
she tells everybody that, and she lies, and she, it really pisses me off.
I have everyone knows that my mother is a saintly woman, but she used to say she wished she were dead.
Yes.
I love that line.
Love that too.
That fucking cuts.
It cuts bad, and knowing like Andrea of it all,
I know,
like she's
right?
so right. Like that's her fucking girl.
Saintly woman.
She'll go to bat for her no matter what. And
Yeah.
I love that.
Love that.
That's just
I feel
mom
like
shit.
every mom will be like
My
that.
mom would have killed Kim Kardashian. Like she would have flown and been like, "I'll go to jail if it means that this woman is dead." Like that's how my mom is so intense.
Yeah,
It would be-
totally.
To hurt, to do that, it's just so. Oh, it's vile. Absolutely vile. All right, next up, I look in people's windows.
Great one.
Jasper's version. People were laughing at that. I was. Thank you for laughing at my
it was
at my
very
dad
funny.
joke. For this one of my faves of all time as well. Very short song.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
But
words.
I like that it's short.
Me too.
Because it paints what it needs to paint in that short amount of time, and I think it punches you like right in the gut, kind of.
Absolutely.
Like if it was longer, you're kind of like, whoa, like I need to recover now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a really depressing song. And again, for those who can identify, myself literally creeping in people's windows, it's a whole there are so many elements of it that can really hit you in ways if you let it.
Yeah.
And I have two different ones. I have I tried searching faces on streets. What are the chances you'd be downtown? Because if I had $1 for the amount of times I was staring at people's faces looking for someone
Right.
I wanted to see.
Right.
It's just, and that's just sad.
Yeah.
It's really depressing. It's a really
You're like,
depressing
oh, there's
song.
like a 50-50 chance he might show up here, so I'm gonna go.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get all dolled up, and I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this, and I'm gonna do that, and it's just you feel embarrassed. And then second, I have, does it feel all right to not know me? I'm addicted to the if only. Love that line, and that is such a. Does it feel all right to not know me? Like I remember when I was going through like the worst breakup of all time. That was my number one thing. Like, it was just like, how can you continue in this life without me in it? Like, because I can't do it without you. Like, that's how you feel in that moment. And you're like, what the fuck? Does it feel all right to not know me? Like, I'm addicted to the if only. I need to know that what if, like, if only things were different. Like, I need to know what could have been.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I have what if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time? I feel like that is just like you can picture it perfectly in your head. Like he's in the room, you're out on the street, like you both look up and see it. It's kind of like you're like so desperate for closure, but at the same time, like you don't really want it.
Right.
Almost.
Or either it's like, maybe not even closure. It's like, what if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time? And like in that, and so I interpret it as like in that moment, if we lock eyes right now, things will change. Like things will be different. We'll get back. Like this will be like, you'll see how much I care. You'll see that I'm here. You'll see that I want to be, you know?
Yeah.
God,
I like what the Genius wrote on here. They said, explores the aftermath of a lost connection, reminiscing about fleeting moments and yearning for what could have been. Swift portrays the bitterness of observing others' lives, imagining scenarios where they might cross paths. She longs for a chance encounter, imagining the possibility of their eyes meeting, and through poignant lyrics and wistful melodies, Swift captures the ache of longing for lost connections and the quiet desperation of seeking closure.
Yes.
Love that.
Yes. Wow. Sometimes
good.
Genius really hits it right on the head.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Totally.
That was great. Did you say your lines?
Yep. What if your eyes looked up and
Oh yeah, duh. We literally just
one more time
for an hour. Okay. Next up we have The Prophecy.
Love.
Sound like an infant, carrying
like the very last drops of an ink pen.
So good.
Pretty woman stays cool, but I howl like a wolf at the moon.
That's my whole thing. Actually, that whole part. And I look unstable, gathered with my coven around the sorceress table. Greater woman has faith, but even statues crumble if they're made to wait.
Yeah.
That's my whole section of that song. I think that this song is another one that's like sneakily very sad if you can really
So
identify.
sad.
Yeah.
So relatable. I feel like every person in their life has felt like, is this literally like the greater scheme of my life? Like, is this how it's just meant to be? Like, I'm never going to find anyone that I have that connection with. And like, it's such a lonely, like isolating feeling.
Totally.
everyone has felt like that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Especially, if you're at your lowest moments where you're like, is this really how it's supposed to be? Like, it doesn't even matter if you're with someone or not. I think it's more of that, like, if you're just unhappy with how your life is going,
Yeah.
it's like, please change this. Specifically, she is talking about like being alone and whatever, but I think it can apply to like a broader, that broader feeling of like unhappiness.
Yeah, so on Genius, again, they said she references this same feeling in her diaries released in the Lover CD series. She wrote, I also feel like I'm the girl before the one. I'm not the one. I'm the girl you think is the one for you. And when it doesn't work out with me, you meet the next girl and realize she is the one.
It's literally so fucking true.
Yeah.
So real. That's the realest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Story of my fucking life.
So the lyrics I picked was, a lesser woman would have lost hope. A greater woman wouldn't beg.
Love that.
Love that line.
That.
Like, yeah, you're just like,
So
you feel like you're always in the wrong. Like,
sad.
if you're begging, like, you're like so sad, you're like, I just want love. Like, you feel kind of pathetic.
Yep.
And if you like lose hope, like you're just like, oh, I give up. Then it's kind of like, okay, well now what? Almost
Right,
like,
now what? And also then you can beat yourself up where it's like, am I trying or am I, there's a lot of, that opens up a whole new wing of like,
yeah, like, and now
you're
like you're
shifting
kinda,
blame.
yeah, like I'm just gonna lose hope. That's kind of like you're losing yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. Good song. Good song.
Great song.
Next up, Cassandra. Another us never appreciating Cassandra
Another girly.
until now.
Until now. Yeah, definitely a song that I
feel like
honestly,
you've been loving Cassandra.
Yeah.
lately, right?
After the election, I have been really loving Cassandra. Not gonna
True.
lie.
Yeah, true.
Because it's like, literally, I feel like we're screaming it,
Yep.
and now it's happening. And they killed Cassandra first. Whatever.
I feel that. I
Yep.
feel it. Yes, I don't get to, or don't
Yeah, I'll get riled
set
up.
yourself. Yeah.
I lost my my point. Albatross. Oh, here. Oh, yeah. Okay. I have I was in my tower weaving nightmares, twisting all my smiles into snarls.
Literally what I have too. It's so,
Yep.
but that's so true. Like I love that because I love the call back to like Sleeping Beauty. I love the, where she's always, isn't that the whole thing? Prick your finger on the, right. That's it. Like where I was in my tower and doesn't she weave? Like, isn't that Sleeping Beauty's thing? And then she pricks her finger on the spindle. That's why she falls asleep.
Yeah, the spindle. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what that made me think of. It's like, oh, she's locked away in a tower. She's having to do this. She's waiting for someone to come save or whatever. Waiting for someone to come acknowledge the fact that she's up there, and it's literally her like admitting to kind of losing faith,
Yeah.
losing faith in people around her and weaving all my smiles into snarls. It's like, yeah, you wanted me like this, then I'm like this.
I've been trying so hard to get people to listen to me that now like it's making me turn evil. Like it's kind of like like I'm trying to think of like an anti-hero. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like a movie villain where, oh, okay, I guess you could say like this is such a stretch, but like I'm forgetting his name, but in Black Panther, the Michael B. Jordan's character, like he almost like has a point where you're like, okay, I get what you're saying and I get why you're angry, but like the way you're going about it is kind of wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not because I wouldn't say it's like that. It's kind of like maybe it's like a politician like trying to fight for good and just getting beat down so many times that they're like, fuck, I'm just gonna take like this deal to get elected. You know what I mean?
Right. Selling out. You
Yeah.
know what is a good example, I think, is Belinda on White Lotus, where she knows what's up. She's trying to tell people, she's trying to be like, hey, this man's a murderer. Hey, this guy's whatever. And then eventually she's like, fuck it. I'll take the money and I'll go.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, fine. I tried to tell all y'all that this man murdered a woman in Italy and now here we are. But it happens all the time. It's like sometimes you try to explain something to people until you're blue in the face, and when they don't believe you and they don't want to hear it, and it's just you have to resign yourself to waiting for them to figure it out themselves.
Yeah. Cassandra told of the imminent ruin of the city of Troy, but due to Apollo's curse, she was not believed.
Yes. Oh yeah, and of course it goes back to Greek mythology.
Right.
I love how much Greek mythology is like in
struggles
all this.
of speaking out against injustice and the loneliness of being disregarded. In the same way, Cassandra was disbelieved when she spoke about the immediate ruin of the city.
Yep. There it is. There it is.
Yeah. Slay.
Makes a lot of sense, and it can apply to a lot of different facets of life, I think.
Yeah, totally.
All right. Next up, we have Peter.
You know what it can kind of apply to? What we were talking about, like women's health. Like no one
Totally.
fucking listens to women, so we're gonna get pissed the fuck off about it.
100% right. It's like I know something's wrong. Yeah, we need to get our girl Hannah on. Our girl who's got the brain tumor, and we gotta get Kate on the horn. We need everybody to be listening to Cassandra.
Yeah.
For that reason. Okay, we have Peter next. Which
I love Peter.
I have so many lines from Peter.
Such a song that grew on me so much as I've listened.
Yep. I've got obviously the theme of Peter, Wendy, blah blah blah. It's that ongoing like Cardigan, the
Lost Boy. I'm growing up without you, but
all of it.
You promised me that we would.
But you were 25, and the shelf life of those fantasies is expired.
Yep.
Things like that. I've got the goddess of timing once found us beguiling. She said she was trying. Peter, was she lying? I love that because it's like, yes, I trusted fate, and fate was leading me this way, and I thought that it was going to work out for us, but clearly I can't do this anymore. Like, how much longer can I do? And you keep promising me these things, and it's like I'm left short. I'm left on the short end of the stick. And then I have, of course, the whole section of I won't confess that I waited, but I let the lamp burn as the men masqueraded. I hoped you'd return with your feet on the ground. Tell me all that you've learned, because love's never lost when perspective is earned. I love that so much. And then the lost to the Lost Boys chapter of your life. I love that metaphor as well. I think that's such a good, that could be said about like maybe literally everyone here, girls and guys. Like I feel like everyone is
totally.
Not everyone, but a lot of people are stuck in that.
Yeah. Yeah. I have very similar to you. I have I won't confess that I waited, but I let the lamp burn. Definitely felt like that before. Words from the mouths of babes, promises oceans deep. Like,
love that.
Yeah, love that line. Like
babes, promises, ocean.
You don't realize the commitments you're kind of making, or the effects that you have on someone when you're young and you're making these promises and you know, when you're young you believe them, and then as you grow up you start to realize like, oh, maybe this isn't the case. And then I also have because love's never lost when perspective is earned.
Exactly.
Which is again so true. Like, as people break up and get back together all the time, but it's like if the work was done and you gain some perspective and you gain some life and all these things, then maybe this breakup was worth it. Maybe this time apart was worth it, but clearly that wasn't
also
the case.
Too, agreed. And also too the thought of like love's never lost when perspective is earned. It does kind of give you the feeling of like, I'm trying to think of the right words to describe. You're not mad. It's not exactly that you're mad. It's that you are like, you now see it from a different point of view and you understand how it's played out the way that it's played out. Even though you don't like it, then it's that end of like, I'm resigned to, well, this is how it is now, and I gotta go. Said you're gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me, and I turn the woman who sits by the window is turn out the light.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so
like, I won't admit that I waited this whole time, but like I did, like I low-key did, and it didn't pay out for me, and now I'm just kind of like a little sad and embarrassed. Yeah,
gotta move on.
Yep,
a little sad and embarrassed. Exactly, exactly. All right, next up we have the Bolter, another fave of both of ours. A more upbeat, but again, lyrics are sad. Lyrics are kind of dark if you think about it.
Totally. I saw someone tweet like the concept that the same person wrote the prophecy and the Bolter.
Yeah,
is so funny because
so real.
Even though they kind of they're so different, they are kind of similar in that sense of like you feel like nothing's ever gonna click, so you just keep running away.
Yep.
In the prophecy, like you feel like nothing's ever gonna work. Like, when is this ever gonna happen? But like when things do happen to you,
you kind of overlook it because you assume like, oh, this couldn't be. This is, the prophecy is already written. This couldn't be it. I have in my lines, which is my two lines that I have from the whole song go together and completely correlate with this, where it's when it's all roses, portrait poses, Central Park Lake, and tiny rowboats. What a charming Saturday. Yep. That's when she sees the littlest leaks down in the floorboards and she just knows she must bolt.
That's mine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. We're on the same page in the way of like, it's like self-fulfilling prophecy almost.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I want to change the prophecy, but I'm not doing anything to get out of my own way to do that.
And like, even when everything's picture perfect, Central Park Lake, tiny rowboats, you're having so much fun. Like, that's kind of when you start to panic. Like, things are a little too good. I got to get out of here.
It always ends up with the town car speeding.
Yep.
Have to drive one evening. End it with a slam of the door and call her a whore. That's just...
You want to be sore.
Exactly. But if she was leaving, she felt like breathing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Great song. Just good all around. God, this whole album is so good.
So good.
All right, next up, second to last, we have Robin.
Love. Such a, like, I want to sing this song to my baby.
Me too. Same. Sad. It's just like sad and sweet, and it makes me want to sing it to like literally every child. Like every time my friend has a kid, I'm like, I wish that I could sing Robin to your child.
Yeah.
Like, I hope you sing Robin to your child. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, you see kids growing up, and you see, you know, you start recognizing them going through situations that you went through when you were younger, or you went through, and it's like you try to shelter them for so long from the evils that exist, and it's not. Maybe not the traditional evils you'd be thinking of, but more so it's just those feelings and how, you know, you try to shield kids from how awful other people can be.
Yeah. You're
That is like
you have so much childlike wonder. You have so much hope for the world, and you see everything rose because of glasses. You're a kid. Like nothing can really
as you should.
You. Yeah.
As you should. Like that's the way you grow. Like you shouldn't.
And it's like I hope you stay like that forever, kind of thing. Yeah.
Totally. Never grow up, Loki.
Yeah.
My line is I have. The time will arrive for the cruel and the mean. You'll learn to bounce back just like your trampoline. And I think that it totally makes sense. It's like
good metaphor.
You don't have to be right. You don't have to know about all this. Like we can protect you in sweetness. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to. You don't need to know about all the bad shit.
Yeah, and just like your trampoline.
There will be time. The time will arrive for that. But right now, enjoy your life. So you know, or I was almost going to sing Peter again.
I actually have a couple. Song. I have three. Ooh. I have Way to Go Tiger, just because I love that because my dad calls me Tiger, which is so cute. And then
cute. It makes me cry that when they sing those parts.
I know.
This whole song makes me this is one of those songs I have to skip because it's too sad.
It's really sad, but it's like it's not even.
It depends on my mood.
I wouldn't even describe it as sad because it is sad because like the reality of growing up is sad, but it's also kind of like almost hopeful in a way. Like I pray that these kids can keep some sort of their wonder, imagination, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I also have You Have No Room in Your Dreams for Regrets. Love that because as you get older, like I feel like all you think about is regrets, not your dreams.
Or your regrets.
You have no idea. And then I have Long May You Roar at Your Dinosaurs. You're just a roller. Covered in mud, you look ridiculous, and you have no idea.
Love it.
Love that line.
I love it too. Right. It's just you're just
the imagination of it all. Like you don't care. You're covered in mud. You're having fun. You are just ruler to your dinosaurs. Like it's very cute, and I like the image that it paints of like a little kid just trying to have fun, and it's kind of like nostalgic.
Absolutely. Yeah. That I think is why it makes this so sad for me. Like, I know it's supposed to be a song about like protecting innocence essentially, but I think that knowing that it can never be protected and that everyone like just
you can't help but think about it from your own perspective.
Absolutely. But also like when I see kids or whatever and they grow up, it's like it's very hard sometimes to think about how they can't be protected from everything, and they will endure lousy things, you know, like they will feel shitty and people will make them feel shitty and they could be shitty, and it's like you never know what's going to happen. But it's definitely a hard thing. Like when I think about, I don't want kids, but part of that I think does come from like a fear of watching my child go through shit that I went through and worse. You know what I mean? Like that,
like having
idea
to
of that
like
is too
let
much.
them deal with it.
No, right. It's like I just didn't. It's too heartbreaking to think of. Like there's just so much bad that it's hard to.
Like I gave
birth
there's
to
a
lot
baby
of good
and
too.
now I have to watch it fucking live like a
of course
easy life.
It's just how do you get? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a kind of strength that I don't know that I possess or even choose to possess. Like it's just one of those things where I can't. I just the idea of it is so heartbreaking, you know. And I think that's what makes the song sad for me.
Totally. Okay, last but not least.
Last and certainly not least.
No.
One of my favorite songs, again, on the whole album. Love the song. A perfect bow on the end of the Tortured Poets Apartment.
Totally perfect bow.
The manuscript.
Totally just encapsulates like everything that this album was about into one song, and being like, here is why I made this album, and like the past is the past, and now that this is out, we can all move forward.
Exactly. And it's not even, I feel like it's so good too because
like
it's
at least I can move forward.
Yes. I also think it's so good because it's kind of all encapsulating for like her life, you know, like it's not just Tortured Poets. It's like she references times when she was younger and times, you know, dated someone who was older, then I dated someone who was younger. And it's like it's kind of like a walk through her life in all of her albums.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
And I love that. It feels truly like a chapter closing. and moving on to a new era, but not even just new era, just like new season of life.
Yeah.
It's like you know, you can't dwell on these things forever. Yes, they're here, but whatever. And then, so I have from this, the line that I love is, the only thing that's left is the manuscript. One last souvenir for my trip to your shores. Now and then I reread the manuscript, but the story isn't mine anymore. Makes me cry every time.
I know. I could literally start crying. I
know.
love that. One last souvenir from my trips to your shores is just like so sad. Like,
I know.
Here is the last thing that we have together, like the last thing that holds us together, and the story's over now. And, you know, sometimes we can look back on it, but we're not going to fully...
Yeah.
You know, open that book.
Totally.
It's just sad. It's like now this is the one, like the one last thing we have together is something that like we don't even really want to look at.
Totally. And yeah, it's the, now and then I reread the manuscript. The story isn't mine anymore. It's like that. This doesn't identify, or I don't identify myself with this anymore. Or what, I'm trying to think of the right way to say it.
No, that's
This doesn't identify me.
This isn't mine. This like. Now that I put it out into the world, like it's not really my story now because now everyone can kind of skew it and talk about it. Exactly.
Yeah. It was my story once, but I've moved on. I've moved past it. And I think that is why, that's another reason why this song is so important. And this, you know, the lyrics of it and the sadness, but the positive, I feel like it's still kind of positive. Like
totally.
It's a positive song when it's sad, looking back, whatever. But it's really important to know that, like, yeah, all these things happen to me, but life goes on and you get over it, and the story isn't mine anymore. And I don't dwell on these things all day long. I haven't let them define me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a person or in relationships, however you want to.
I have looking backwards might be the only way to move forward.
Love that.
Which I like, because I feel like a lot of people are like, don't dwell on the past, like don't. But sometimes you need to like come to peace.
Yes.
With things that have happened in your past to move forward. Like, yeah, you really shouldn't dwell on the past. You shouldn't like be stuck in the past almost. But sometimes you do have to go back into the past and think about how things hurt you in specific ways and why you did specific things to get you to where you are now. And sometimes you need to get that closure to move forward. And that's what I feel like this song is really the closure to
all of it.
Yeah, to the whole thing. Yeah.
To all 11 albums.
Yeah.
It really does kind of feel like that to me, especially. Well, all right. Wow, what a trip down memory lane. TTPD memory
God,
lane.
I love this album so much.
All it makes me want to do is listen to it more.
Yeah, literally.
Love it so much. Perfect, top to bottom. We're so blessed to own it. So blessed to have it. So blessed to listen to it as much as we can. And we're just thankful for Taylor.
Very thankful.
Thankful for Taylor.
All the time.
Hope you guys enjoyed this extra long episode, this mini deep dive.
Yeah.
And all the fun to be had. And I hope everybody listened to Tortured Poets over the weekend. We would love if you were to submit some voicemails and some notes to us with your text, DMs, whatever, with your favorite songs, favorite lyrics, favorite this. What'd you do to celebrate the 1 year, if anything? And how has your view on the album changed?
Yeah, any hot takes?
Let's get introspective with it. All right? Let's get a little introspective with it. So if you would like to do that, go ahead and call
347-450-0723.
347-450-0723. You can leave a voicemail there. You can text that number, or you can go ahead and send us a message on the Taylor Watch Instagram account. Please follow. Please also follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Like, comment, whatever, and say nice things. Be cool to us. And that's about it. We will see you on Thursday.
Love you guys.